They look at Walker. They go down the middle, down the sideline. It is right. He's got it to the 25, the 15. Touchdown, Dante Wright. The final 54 seconds. Back to pass, Henry. Throws to the outside man there. Zach Fry over the shoulder. End zone touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. Second down goal at the 5. Bradley rolling out. Throwing into the end zone. Touchdown. Todd Sanford. Play action Messina. Setting it down. He's got a man there. He's got the catch. Riley Convoy at the 20, the 15. Touchdown. They go to Potts. He bounces to the outside. Potts again to the 10, the 5. Potts. Touchdown. What a run by the freshman. It has been a wet night at STA Stadium, but it may not slow down. The Williamsport Millionaires and Chuck Cruz, a club out firing offensively. They're 2-0, and tonight Hazelton comes in 0-2, but a better Hazelton team than you think. It should be a great shootout tonight here at STA Stadium. Hi again, everybody. Gary Crispin along with Babe Bear. The Rennie Rhode Armel All-State Game of the Week as you're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. Well, tonight, Babe, it's going to be interesting. A Millionaire team that has beaten up on two teams that haven't won a game. As we mentioned in our previous Comcast pregame show, this is a Hazelton team that has lost to two teams. Total of 4-0, their records. And this is going to be a good test. Mike Brennan's got a real good team getting better and better, and he feels pretty good about them coming in.
Well, on the other side of the coin, the Millionaires have beat two teams that have an 0-4 record. So the records don't mean a whole lot going into this ballgame. What does mean a lot is that this Hazelton team will hit you. This Hazelton team's coached by a good coach. He's won 2 state championships at Mount Carmel. And Mike Brennan, I say it over and over again, but you need 4 years to turn a program around unless you run into some great athletes by luck. Mike Brennan didn't have the athletes, but he's building this program. This would be a huge win for him tonight.
Chuck Cruz has the athletes. They're 2-0, and a lot of people talking about the Millionaires with Hankins and Potts and company. A lot of weapons. They're going to need to spread the ball around tonight. Hazelton comes in here 0-2, but keep an eye on number 32, Adrian Otero. All-conference player, 6'1", 215, a junior. And here's a guy getting some D1 looks at both linebacker and at tailback. Hit 190 yards against Valley West, a team that they led into the fourth quarter a week ago before losing at 33-15. Don't let that score fool you. This is a pretty good Hazelton team, and I think the first big test for the Millionaires. We're going to go down to the field. We'll talk to Ben Reichley next. You're watching the Rennie Rhode Armel All-State Game, and you're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. We'll be right back. Hey, there's a great new way to market your business. State-of-the-art signage, auto trim design. Legion Road, Muncie, Joan Kennedy. We go back a lot of years.
We do.
Tell me all about auto trim.
You know, it's a great place. We design decals. We do tinning. We'll do accessories for vehicles. We'll do pretty much anything. All you do is have to send us a pic. We'll copy it. We'll completely wrap your vehicle. We're good.
Signage for a team, for a sports team, and so much more. Auto trim design. Legion Road, Muncie. Check them out this week.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Over 30 years, one family of dealerships has grown to include 14 brands at 8 locations on an unyielding commitment to hometown values and unrivaled service, selection, and customer satisfaction for 30 years. Fairfield. For fair deals. You're gonna love us.
You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Scholl's Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for our clients.
And a remodel, like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds. We are back, STA Stadium, Millionaires and Cougars. Let's get out on the sideline and our own Ben Reichley. Ben.
Gary, the weather certainly cooperated as far as the rain is, but it is humid down here. Look to get a little warmer. Is the ball going to be slick because of the rain off the field? This artificial turf does hold some dampness on top. I'll tell you what, Williamsport's going to kick off and defend. I think they want to try to set a tone with their defense tonight, so let's see how that works out for Coach Cruz and his guys.
Should be fun. Kalachi Pambor is going to be kicking it off for the Williamsport Millionaires, I believe. Now we're looking down, and it might just be Angelo Girardi. Pambor surprised us, didn't know that young man the first time we did the Millionaires 2 weeks ago, and came over for the soccer team, and now looks like Girardi is going to do the kicking off for this ball game. He does the field goals and point after. As Hazelton sets up deep, and the Millionaires, Hazelton won the coin toss, and they deferred.
I'll tell you, Kalachi, I thought did a good job kicking in the first game, but Girardi's also a good kicker on the kickoffs and can kick a ball where he wants it. He can place it. That's going to go out of bounds right there. That's not where he wanted it.
It was, you have the penalty. Hunter Van Blargen is the player that they kicked it to, number 2. He's going to be starting at wideout for this ball club tonight for Hazelton. They're going to start offensively in this game with Ryan Walk. Sparky Walk, 5'10", 165. He's a sophomore. Let's take a look, if we could, at our starting lineups for this ball game. Starting lineups brought to you by Auto Trim Design. Let's take a look right here. Cougar defense, we're going to see Marola, Bucic, and the company up front. That will be the offense you're going to see right here. And the QB, keep an eye on Adrian Otero. He's in the backfield now. That's Walk. On that first down play, out over the 35 to about the 36, 37-yard line. Good defensive hit, Millionaires. They've got Carson Kinney as their fullback. Here's the rest of their lineup right here. Ross Stebbins comes over to make the tackle, and there they are defensively. We'll see them coming up.
Well, if you can't cut Ross Stebbins off, he is so quick coming off of that edge. He can stop an inside play like you just saw. You've got to make him round, not come off that edge like he does.
And here comes Sparky Walk, 5'10", 165. Started the third game as a freshman a year ago. They go top of the screen. They've got David Smith out there on the far side. Van Blargen, they roll that way. Good play action pass here. The catch is made. Van Blargen for a first down inside the 50 and out to about the 48-yard line. Good play right off the bat. Throwing the play action pass. Trayson Potts comes over to make the tackle from his cornerback spot. First down and 10 Cougars. This is a club that jumped out last week 15-0 on Valley West, and they were going for their third score when they fumbled it away deep in that Valley West territory. It would have been up 3 scores.
Well, that's something to keep an eye on tonight from both teams. In a field like this, it's not necessarily that bad when it's raining during the game. It's what happens before the game that makes the big changes. That field's wet, the ball's going to be wet and soaked real quick.
They come double wide right side. They're going to hand that football away. Not much. Millionaires again, good penetration. That time Cam Dickey came over to make the tackle for the Millionaires as that player is hit right about the 50-yard line. And Williamsport setting up defensively. That's going to be a real key in this ball game coming up tonight. Stopping the run because, as Mike Brennan told me this week, physical team, they're a downhill team. And if they can, with Walk, they'll try to play action pass you to death, too.
And we saw that there in that first down pass was a play action pass. Dickey did a good job at his outside linebacker position of coming up with a fill.
They've got Damon Horton in that backfield. And Otero is their primetime back. Back to pass. Stepping up, off the run. Walk gets grilled at about the 48-yard line. Millionaires coming over to make the play. Nate Welch, the linebacker, number 11, comes over to make the play for the Cherry and White. Welch, 6'1", 190, and a junior. And it brings up third down at about 9.
Jalen Jackson also in that tackle. Good read by the linebackers to get up and fill those gaps.
Here comes Sparky Walk. Has not thrown for a lot of yardage, but Mike Brennan feels he's due for a breakout game coming in.
Well, you know, right now the Millionaires are focusing on stopping that running game, and the pass so far they've thrown has been a first down pass.
3rd down and 9. They split everybody out. Walk off the scramble. He's going to be sacked in a great big play that time. And Jameer Burgett comes over to make that tackle. Good defensive play.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Kalo Johnson came off the edge, forced him out of the pocket. He came up inside, and the stop was made once he came up the middle. There, he could throw him for a loss. 4th down and long. Good
now they
series
put the football
for the
away. Yeah, good defensive series right there. Damon Horton is the punter for the Cougars that are 0-2. But some folks feel they could have or should have beaten Valley West last week. No return. Walker was back deep. The dangerous Elliott Walker returned to punt for a touchdown a week ago.
Latrell Jackson came off the edge, forced the punter to punt that ball a little bit quicker than he needed to. And as a result, it was a short punt.
Game of the week brought to you by Jim Hoff Associates. For all your retirement planning, you can have that financial independence tomorrow. Get a game plan at moffinassociates.com. Jim Hoff here in Williamsport. 1st down and 10, Millionaires. They've got Connor to the near side, top of the screen right. In the slot right side is going to be Elliott Walker. And the feature back, of course, out of the pistol is going to be Trey Potts. Quarterback Hankins, what a year he's had to start this season. Coming down in that option. Off the pitch. Potts. He's a guy that likes to lower the shoulder as he hits you, and he gets out. The helmet came off to the 34. Hunter Van Blargen comes over to make the tackle. Number 2 playing corner on that right-hand side.
Marty Clark will go into the ball game. Potts will have to come out for one play because his helmet came off. That time wasn't a bad job of stringing that option out. It looked at the beginning like it was going to be a big play. They do pick up 8 yards, though.
Marty Clark did not play in the first game. He had 5 carries, 27 yards, and a touchdown last week. A 2,000-yard back at Loyalsock last year before transferring over. Out of the gun, Hankins. Backside pressure, puts it on the hip. He's going to run for the first down out over the 35 and dive and head to about the 36-yard line. Isaiah Hankins rushed a week ago for 97 yards, and he was just about perfect. He's had 2 incompletions all season long. He was 10 out of 11 last week for 199 yards.
That time, a good job of by the secondary of Hazelton. Nobody was open. He put the ball away but did not pick up any yardage.
Here come the Millionaires on 1st down and 10. Hankins, 6 foot 180. Off that option. Potts running in traffic. It's out to about the 40-yard line. And again, very tough running down in there. Coming over to make the tackle, John Marola, the defensive end, 6 foot 270.
Potts did a good job of picking up the 4 yards that he picked up. It was a tough 4 yards. He's in a lot of traffic.
I should say Marola now playing defensive tackle. They toss left side. Potts trying to establish the run. A good cutback move. And that little quick step got him the first down out over the 45 to the 47. And Matt Sutton comes over to make the play for Hazelton.
Well, Potts can beat linebackers. That was a tackle he beat there. He can certainly beat offensive linemen.
Millionaires in their hurry-up offense. No huddle. And you're going to see them speed it up from time to time and try to get this offense in a rhythm early on. Hankins, set back, Potts to his right. He's going to roll that way, dump it to the outside. Catch is made. And a great run after the catch to the 20, to the 15. Touchdown. Dante Wright takes it the distance.
Wow.
48 yards.
Nice throw, nice catch, and then a great run after the catch by Dante Wright. Nice pattern. Nice. They brought a little curl in from the outside. And did a great job of catching the ball in the middle of the field and then weaving his way into the end zone. Nice play.
Joe Fagnano on the hold. And now here comes Angelo Girardi for the point after. That kick is up. Kick is good. Millionaires on top. Let's take a timeout. Rennie Road Armor All-State game. 6:40 left. STA Stadium on a wet night. Williamsport 7, Hazelton nothing. Jim Moff and Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff and Associates, moffandassociates.com. Girardi kicking it back to Hazelton. And Van Blargen at the 14. Bringing it back, makes a cutback at the 15-yard line, runs it out to the 19. And Nate Welch comes over to make the tackle. Number 11, the linebacker for the Millionaires. They set up first down and 10. Great series for Williamsport in a 48-yard pass play to Dante Wright. Got him out in space. He made a great cutback move and just ran away from people.
Yeah, it was a nice catch and run by Wright, and a nice series with a couple of first downs on the run, and then all of a sudden you hit that pass over the middle and you put it into the end zone. That's the consistency that you got to get out of this team. It just can't be waiting for a big run.
They're going to put the tight end, flank him out to the left side. That's going to be Strasner. They're going to hand that football off, and that is going to be Otero. Out to about the 29-yard line. 6'1", 215, all-conference, and Dalton Kreiner comes over to make the tackle. And Kreiner's a good one, 6'3", 250, another young junior coming up for Chuck Cruz's team as they try to really build a program here. This will be a huge season this year for the Millionaires so they can finish as strong as everybody talked about. Yeah. There's a touchdown. That's a great move.
Frank. Look at nice move to the inside. Now watch this cutback right here. Gets away from a man that had a hand on him, couldn't bring him down.
Adrian Otero is the back, the up back, the fullback Carson Kinney, who Mike Brennan told me pound for pound strongest guy in the team. And he says offensively up front, the offensive line could be their strength. And the smartest guys in the team, he's got 3 players with 4.0 GPAs. Otero off that left side, good hurdle. And tough yardage for about 3. Nate Welch again having a big start. Number 11 comes out from his linebacker spot to make the tackle.
Going to be a first down, but it was a short gain. And I'll tell you, the linebackers are playing as good a game as I've seen the linebackers play here in Williamsport in a long time, because the down linemen, the 4 down linemen, they've got to protect their gap. All right, but there's going to be openings in those gap. The linebackers have to fill those openings, and they're doing a good job of that tonight.
Setback Otero. The up back is going to be Damon Horton, number 23. They're going to hand it off to Horton. Out over the 35, and it's out near the 36. And again, Nate Welch. Big start for the Millionaires. Comes over to make that tackle. Jarian White, first ever time wearing the black helmets, and pretty sharp with that Millionaire top hat and cane here at beautiful STA Stadium. And there is none nicer in this part of central Pennsylvania, and I think one of the premier football stadiums in all of Pennsylvania after that great Return to Glory campaign that got Millionaire Stadium out of the doldrums, and it really looks nice.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of credit to you, Gary Crispin. You did a lot with raising money for that campaign.
Well, I did a little bit. There's some guys that raised a lot of money. Second down, 7. They dropped the football. Fumble. Millionaires may have gotten on it. And jumping on that loose ball is going to be Jalen Jackson. And when it came out, let's see if that's going to be a loose ball, did that whistle blow?
Something's going on. The officials are huddling there in the middle. If it's a legal procedure, it could have happened before.
They're talking to Elijah Clary right now, number 51. Here's a look at it again. I don't think he ever had it coming out. Dropped the ball, may have run into his own man. That ball got loose. Jalen Jackson jumps on the loose ball.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but the Cougars are going to retain possession.
Yeah, Cougars get it back. Would have been a huge break. Millionaires up 7-0. And by the way, we have a change in next week's game. So big a game, we're taking the gang to Kingston. Wyoming Valley West and the Millionaires at Valley West next week will be our cable sports game and our 30th year of the Rainy Road Armel All-State game. On the road, Williamsport at Valley West next week. And that'll be live here at WebbWeeklyLive.com. Second down, 7. Otero back there with Sparky Walk, the sophomore QB. Double wideouts near side. Smith and Bargain. Bad snap way over his head. Horton's going to pick it up and get drilled at about the 12-yard line. Good coverage, Millionaires. Isaiah Hankins was right there. You're right, Hankins going both ways, playing at the outside linebacker in this game.
Boy, that sailed over his head. That's as bad as a fumble right there, because you have the ball right now on the 12-yard line. You got to get to the 43 for a first down, and it's 3rd and 31.
You know, last week, this ball club had Valley West on the ropes early 15-0, almost went up 21 or 22, and then fumbled, and they led at halftime in that ball game last week. They led going to the fourth period and then lost it as Valley West got 3 touchdowns at the end of the game. They come draw look that time. Otero tries to go the outside. They string it out. Great hit. Cam Dickey got there first. Number 25, his dad Drew was an outstanding running back for the Millionaires.
Well, I tell you what, Cameron Dickey weighs 155 pounds, and Otero is over 200 pounds. He hit him straight on and brought him down. That was a nice play. His dad was a tough football player.
Yeah, no
this
doubt.
guy is too.
Yeah, we're talking about this football team from Williamsport, and it's going to be interesting to see how Mike Brennan compares this team to the clubs he played. He played Berwick 2 weeks ago and said one of the best Berwick teams he has seen in recent memory, and that's saying a lot. As they punted away, Millionaires had the dangerous Elliott Walker on the run at the 35-30, 25-20. Walker to the outside. Walker, touchdown! Williamsport Millionaires. Elliott Walker returns the punt. Wow.
Well, I tell you what, you don't punt the ball and have Elliott Walker field it on the run. All right, he has enough speed to beat you when he catches the ball. There's going to be a penalty,
there's a flag, and
they're coming back. But that shows you what Elliott Walker can do.
Wow.
When he catches that ball.
That would have been a 42-yard return. It would have been his second punt return for a touchdown in as many weeks.
I don't know where the block in the back was, but it really didn't affect the play. I mean, it was.
There's a look
Walker,
at it again, babe.
Elliott Walker was looking at the end zone. Right there it is, and it could have been right there where the block in the back was. But again, he was not going to get Walker.
Elliott Walker is a guy that can line up at just about any position for the Williamsport Millionaires. So here they go. They're going to have the football back after the punt. An exciting play, but it's all for naught. And they bring it back. Millionaires up. Let's take the 13 off, back to 7-0. We've got Connor to this near side, double wide outs top of the screen. They've got Cam Dickey in the game, along with Dante Wright, who's got a touchdown already. Hankins comes up under center. He's got Potts behind him. And Trey Potts diving ahead, only a sophomore, 5'10", 180, to about the 31-yard line, and Caleb Yoder, 36, comes over to make the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, the offensive line for the Millionaires right now is blowing Hazelton off the ball. Potts is getting that ball, and he's at the second level before anybody touches him.
He's got 4 for 24 yards. Kevin Brown told me last week or 2 weeks ago, this guy's a flat-out pit bull. I mean, he's not going to he'll run away from you, or he's going to put his head down and try to get that extra yard. He's really tough. 120% is what he gives. The much talked about tailback for this Millionaire team. They come out of the gun there. They put Potts to that left side, trips left side. Rolling that way, Hankins puts it up, coming back for the ball. He slipped and fell, or that would have been a completion to Dante Wright on a slick turf where it poured for about an hour prior to this ball game today. We started out on the roof, ended up down here on the second level, and it was way too wet to be up there. Even they had a 10 up, and everything was wet. Third down and 6. They've got right top of the screen, Connor this side. Keep an eye on number 16. He's got man-to-man coverage, and Tristan Connor, he's a tough one too. Got 6 catches on the year. Couple of setbacks back there with Hankins. Sets a middle screen, dumps it to Walker. They're looking for it. Big hit, Hazel, and a great stop that time. And that time coming over to make the play, Matt Sutton comes over to make the tackle, the defensive end, number 22.
That set up nice. They got the defensive line to bite, and got it over the top, but that was a good job by Sutton of recovering from the linebacker spot and moving up.
And they go hurry-up offense again, no huddle, 4th down and 7. They go, football at the 32. Set back, Potts out of the pistol this time. Hankins drills it over the middle. The ball is tipped, and I think that's going to be intercepted.
It is.
It will be picked. That is his first pickoff of the year thrown, and Nolan Schneider, the corner 15, came over to make the interception for Hazelton off a ball that was deflected up in the air. And a tough break right there. He'd only had 2 incompletions all season, and Hazelton gets it back.
Well, yeah, and this is easy for me to say, but he lost about 10 yards, if not more, by intercepting that ball. But when you're on the field, you react. And that ball goes up in the air, you're going to react. You're not thinking, what yard line is it on, what down is it? You're thinking react, and he did a great job of doing that. So, nice interception. Hazelton, nice stop.
They've got Hunsinger back in the ball game, number 81. He's a backup wideout. They go trips top of the screen. Sparky Walk, the QB. They give it away to Otero. He's going to be ridden down by the All-State defensive end, Ross Stebbins. And Stebbins was in that backfield, and great hit by Stebbins, and another tackle for a loss. He led this club and led the region tackles for losses and sacks a year ago for the first-team All-Stater, number 31. 6 foot 220. He's even bigger this year.
He comes off that edge on a straight line. He's so quick, the tackles can't get to him. You got to make him bow his attack in the backfield to give that running back a chance to get to the outside. If he's got a head of steam and he's running after running back and the running back's looking where to go, he has more speed. He's going to make that tackle every time. I haven't seen anybody could stop him yet.
They bring Carson Kinney, the fullback, back in the game, gunning it down the middle. Otero, a great catch and a first down. Went up, got it in a crowd. That time, Jonah Nicholas, the safety, number 24, comes over to make the tackle. And again, Mike Brennan knows his football, and he says, I really believe that Sparky Walk's going to have a breakout game coming up. He's just that good.
Well, you're trying to stop Otero, and there's going to be holes in the secondary. I thought that ball was overthrown. That was a great catch.
Yeah, we're almost to the end of this first period. Millionaires up 7. That 13 would have been pretty on a punt return called back. We'll take time. Williamsport 7, Hazelton nothing. You're watching at WebWeeklyLive.com, streaming live. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. Rennie Road Armor is all about service. I know you've told me that for a long time. 8 out of 10 policy reviews your people do save people money. You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, we're really proud of that, and I think the biggest problem we have is getting people in here. They have a negative attitude and think that we're trying to sell them something. Keep in mind, a review is set up for one purpose. Make sure you have all the appropriate discounts. Make sure you're getting the best protection at the best possible price.
For over 30 years, Fairfield Auto Group has had an unyielding commitment to hometown values. And we know how important those are to you. At Fairfield, cars cost less, but our service remains unrivaled. Fairfield for fair deals. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
It is a wet night for football at STA Stadium. Gary Crispin, Bay Bear, Ben Reichley in our 30th year with the Rennie Road Armor All-State game. Brought down that middle that time, incomplete. Trying to get the ball to Van Blargen. Hunter Van Blargen, a senior at 5'10", 160. And good coverage. Again, Nicholas, the safety, with him all the way that time. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Nicholas did a good job in the coverage. It looked like Van Blargen should have gone to the outside because that's where the ball went. He kept going across the middle, and the ball was thrown behind him.
7-zip on a 48-yard touchdown pass from Hankins. Dante Wright has caught 2 this year. Remember, he had a 68-yarder against Central Mountain. He's got 5 on the year for some big numbers. His yards per catch are biggest on this team. They split. Strasner, the tight end, over. They go draw, and in the backfield, Elijah Clary comes over to make the play. Big time play that time by Clary.
I'll tell you, Clary's come a long way. Last year, he was a mediocre defensive lineman. This year, he's aggressive. He's quicker. He's getting into the backfield. He's had a big game. He was a big game last week, and that was a nice play right there.
You know, when you win, and as Chuck Cruz comes up here and preaching to these guys with a great coaching staff surrounding him, you know, it breeds success, is bringing back the return to glory. By the way, Otero has carried it 7 times for 7 yards in this game. He had 190 against Valley West last week against that vaunted Valley West defense. Out of the gun, walk. Fakes the draw, guns over the middle, incomplete. Try to go to the tight end. Strasner well covered, and Isaiah Hankins was right there.
Well, I tell you, that was good coverage. He's lucky to get that one back. If that wouldn't have been an incomplete pass, that may have been an interception.
You're watching on WebbWeeklyLive.com. You're watching it stream live, and then the replay's coming up. And remember, our second game of the doubleheader on WebbWeeklyLive.com. Jamie Spencer and Paul McGinn, Loyal Sock Mifflinburg coming up tonight here at Webb Weekly Live. And we're going to have that at 11 o'clock tonight. Sock on the road at Mifflinburg against the Wildcats. That replay at 11. Horton punts it back. Millionaires keeping it away for the dangerous Walker. And he gets a good bounce. Strasner comes down, is going to down it at about the 26-yard line, and high school sets up first down and 10 from right there.
Marty Clark with a good rush up the middle, made him force a quick kick again. They're getting close to blocking it.
39-yard punt that time for Damon Horton.
Luckily got a roll.
Millionaires at Valley West will be with him next week. We made a change in our games because right now that game is looking like biggest game in the Northeast. But, of course, both teams hoping to win this game tonight. Valley West plays a really good Delaware Valley team tonight. Tristan Connor goes wide to the far side. This side is Dante Wright. Split backs. Out of the gun, Hankins. Could end up throwing for 5,000 yards in his career at Williamsport. Hankins off the run, in trouble. Try to run out of it, that time well covered. I tell you, they saw it coming. Good defensive job that time. Kobe Jackson's the guy that came and ran him down, number 28.
I tell you, this defense of Hazelton is playing good basic football. They've got the field covered. They don't have the quickness the Millionaires have, so the Millionaires are beating them on quickness. But as far as technique and being in position, they're in position.
Yeah, they're well coached. Mike Brennan, 2 state championships at Mount Carmel in 2000 and 2002. Boy, somebody looked like they were offside. I didn't see the flag thrown to the outside underneath. Catches made, Dante Wright. Boy, I'd say you have so many weapons to go to, and Wright's got his second catch and a first down out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Damon Horton makes that tackle a week ago. Mike Brennan defensively changed a lot up defensively, changed the schemes, and he really clearly frustrated Valley West in that ball game for a good bit of the game. And I know that's what he's trying to do here, but the Millionaires, so many weapons. Second down, 13. Millionaires up 7. That long count off the high snap. They go to Elliott Walker, and Walker in the mid 50, 45, 40, 35. Walker is going to outrun everybody. Touchdown, 57 yards. Elliott Walker. Wow.
And I'll tell you what, that was a good read by Elliott Walker. He saw everything open up in front of him, turned the ball back in the opposite direction against the grain. Everybody else was moving to the far side of the field. He came to the near side of the field. Now watch this. Right there. Now watch. He cuts it back across. Nobody's there. And he gets a block downfield. Who is that? Was that Dante Wright that had that block downfield?
And it looks like it's coming back again. Can you imagine that Elliott Walker has had 2 touchdowns called back in this football game?
I tell you what, Elliott Walker's got to be saying to himself, man, I tell you, what do I have to do here?
Man,
that was 2 great plays and comes up with nothing.
Elliott Walker this year said to Chuck Cruz and said to Kevin Brown and company, he said, why put me in the backfield? You've got Potts there. I can line up and slot. You can use me in a lot of places. You see how dangerous that he is. And it looks like, is that going to be a hold? It's going to bring it back? Yeah. Man, that really hurts. Walker, 2 called back. And you let Hazelton hang around in this ball game because this is a dangerous club.
And that's Luckily, it's first down. They still have 4 downs to go here.
First down, 17. Cam Dickey back of the game. He's in the slot to the right side. Dante Wright is the far wide out there. Hankins off the run. Gets a few yards back to about the 44-yard line. Trying to get things going. Second down, and it's going to be second down. He's going to get second down at about 8 at the 45. Double wide ass left and right.
Linebackers are playing up tight. They haven't thrown to the tight end over the middle. He looks like he may be open.
Hankins back to pass again. He's going to gun it to the outside, incomplete. Try to go to Connor. And that time, Connor well covered that time by Nolan Schneider. Schneider playing corner, 6'1", 170, only a sophomore. On this Hazelton team.
I tell you right now, the tight end straight down the field can break open. And all you got to do is lay the ball over the top. There's only one man down there.
And Jalen Jackson's dangerous.
And Jalen Jackson's dangerous. He can run that pattern.
Third down and 8. Let's see if they go to the tight end, number 10. Hankins back to pass again. Some pressure coming. Hankins pulled down, and a great big sack that time. And a good defensive play coming over to make the hit is going to be Dakota Egner. Number 53 comes over to make the play. The defensive end, 6', 185, and a senior. So now you've had not one but 2 touchdowns of Walker runs called back, and you have to punt the football away. I think you're right on Jackson. Jalen Jackson caught 26 a year ago for some big yardage. Walker does the punting. Pressure coming. Going to be a fair catch. It'll be called out there by Hazelton. And Sparky Walk, the quarterback, makes a fair catch back in the punt return. Game of the week brought to you by John Albarano Construction. And they've been at it 50-plus years in the region. Many of the commercial businesses you see, Albarano had a hand in. And, of course, in recent years, Starbucks and Panera, the Basin Street Shopping Center, and so much more, now doing so much more residential. From complete builds to incredible remodels for the best. Albarano Construction, serving Central PA for over 50 years.
All right, Millionaires still got to play tough. You know, you can't be looking back at those 2 scores that were pulled back. You got to be looking at the scores 7-0, and this is still a ball game.
They've got the fullback Carson Kinney in there. Wolk comes up under center. Keep an eye on 32. That's Otero. They come to the fullback straight ahead. And Kinney, who averaged 7 yards a pop, Nate Welch he ran into. And he picks up about 5 yards on that play. Second down and about, they're going to call it 2nd and 4, 6-yard gain.
That's a good first down play for Hazelton. Hazelton needs good first down plays to put them in 2nd and short yardage. That puts the defense in a spot because you can also throw or run out of this here, and it helps them out. When they have those 2nd, 3rd down and longs, you know, it's really hard to throw the ball, and it's hard to pick it up in the run.
Here comes Walk up under center again. He's going to throw that little slip screen to the outside, trying to get his man out there. And that's Van Blargen, who runs for a first down. Just screened it out to Van Blargen. He did the rest and got it out over the 45, and a first down for the Cougars. Saving tackle with a safety. Jonah Nicholas comes over. So now you're looking at first down. Now the Cougars trying to get a little rhythm into that offense.
Yeah. I think the Cougars may cross midfield here, and I think it's the first time that they have crossed midfield in this ball game.
Here comes the QB in for the play. Sparky Walk. Ryan Walk, 5'10", 165, a sophomore. Started all last year. After the 3rd game, he won that job. They give it away to Otero. He slams right there, ran into Dalton Kreiner. And he's the first guy to get there. Dickey is there. Nate Welch is there. Millionaires could be right now up 3 touchdowns in this game. It should be. 2 penalties bringing back 2 long runs by Elliott Walker.
All right, a 3-yard gain. You're a little behind the chains here. You need a big play on 2nd down.
2nd down, 7. Otero's going to go out of the game.
Otero's a weapon both catching the ball and running the ball. So when he's out of the game, boy, that takes a big part of your offense away.
They come with trips near side. Back to pass, Walk throws to the outside. Slips away from one. David Smith, the first down, and a great play by Smith on the second and third effort. And he's going to be drilled out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. A first down play and a big play to David Smith, number 6.
And on that play there, he broke a tackle with the catch and then turned it upfield. And I'll tell you right now, this is a nice drive.
Yeah, you got to wrap him up. Right, missed him. And it took about 4 millionaires to bring David Smith down. David Smith is only a sophomore, 6'2", 195, and a sophomore for Mike Brennan's Cougars. And now they're on the march, driving down to try to tie the game. Van Blargen top of the screen. They've got Hunsinger on the slot and Smith down here to the left. They give it away that time. Horton, nothing doing. Good defensive play. Ross Stebbins read it well. The All-State defensive end comes over to make that tackle.
Stebbins is solid. Stebbins is defensively the most solid player on that field. He's all over. You come off of a defensive end like that and you start making tackles on the other side of the ball. That's great.
Bayberry, you're going to go see Penn State Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. Curly Stebbins, a former millionaire that played in the 30s, and the dream backfield of Pitt is a distant relative of Ross Stebbins.
Right.
One of the great millionaires of all time in the 30s. Back to pass. Throwing in his spot. Otero, a great catch and a first down inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Great throw again by the young sophomore quarterback. Put it right on the money. And now Walk's getting into a rhythm of his own, Bay.
Well, I tell you, that Walk threw the ball. It was a nice throw, but it was into coverage. That time it was once again Otero that went up and made a nice catch. There were 2 defenders right there on him.
Yeah, he's made a really good catch. Great play that time. And a big play, Otero. 15-yard gain. First down. He's caught 2 like that in this game tonight. First down at 10 football at the 15-yard line. They give it away that time. Carson Kinney, the fullback, dives ahead to about the 10-yard line. Stebbins comes over to make that tackle. Nate Welch down there with him.
That time you moved the ball 5 yards, and Stebbins made the tackle, but somebody in the middle's got to make that tackle.
Second down and 6 at the 11-yard line. Yeah, the Millionaires, we had a feeling there was going to be a test here tonight because it was a little too easy the last 2 games against Central Mountain and Mifflin County, who both have not won a game yet this year. Second down, 6. Trips near side. Walk. Otero running through people. Bangs into a man at the 1 and into the end zone. Touchdown. Hazelton within 1, 7-6 on an 11-yard run by Adrian Otero, and we've got a ball game.
I'll tell you, good blocking at the line of scrimmage by the offensive line of Hazelton. They opened it up, and I'll tell you, he was at the 3rd level before anybody even reacted who had the ball and what was happening. So good block at the line of scrimmage. Linebackers disappeared, and he was hit at the 1-yard line and spun around and got into the end zone.
Here comes Will Barriento, and he is only a sophomore. That kick is up. Kick is good. And Hazelton ties it up on a 72-yard drive, an 11-yard run by their big guy, Otero. We'll take a timeout. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State game. We're tied at 7. You're watching live on WebWeeklyLive.com.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear.
You know by now, I love the Clothier. Men's clothing at the finest in Central PA with the biggest selection in the state. Francis, how do you do it? You've got a huge selection for everybody.
We try to fit everybody from head to toe with clothes from all the brands around the world. Fit you up exactly the way you like to look.
West 4th Street, downtown Williamsport. Biggest selection, finest menswear in Pennsylvania. The Clothier, downtown Williamsport. 72-yard drive. Hazelton has tied the game. 7-7, 3:48 left till halftime. And the Cougars, and I'll tell you what a ball game by Sparky Walk, the sophomore QB's 5 out of 7 and 86 yards in the game. Dickey back deep with Potts. Millionaires have had 2 touchdowns called back in this game. And Dickey back to Potts, the money man at the 15 to the 20. Potts to the outside. One man to beat. Trey Potts taking it back. Touchdown, Millionaires for the lead. Wow. Grayson Potts. And Dickey knew that he got the ball. He's going to flip it back to number 3, the sophomore. Everybody's buzzing about this guy. And a great big run by Trayson Potts for the touchdown, and now the point after. Angelo Girardi coming in. It's 13-7.
And nobody touched him. I don't think a man got a hand on him the entire way to the end zone. When he pitched it back, I thought it was Walker that had the ball, and it was Potts. You can't tell the difference. Both of them fly.
Here comes the extra point and a Fagnano hold, and Girardi tries to make it 14. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout, 3:36 left. You're watching live, WebWeeklyLive.com. We'll get the complete distance on that off the pitchback by Dickey. Potts goes the difference, and the Millionaires up 14-7 in this ball game. The Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. Rainbow Carpet, your flooring headquarters for over 20 years in Central PA, has you covered for all the new flooring designs.
Here's another great flooring product at Rainbow Carpet, luxury vinyl tile. Get the look of hardwood and ceramic without the cost and the maintenance. Nothing puts the final touches on a kitchen like a custom ceramic backsplash from Rainbow Carpet. Stop into Rainbow Carpet and see our full line of ceramic tile for all of your kitchen and bathroom needs. Rainbow Carpet, 835 East 3rd Street.
Big time run back of the kick return. Dickey had it, pitched it back to Potts. He goes the distance. We're going to see the replay in a moment and see where he first touched that ball as he takes it back 80 plus for the touchdown. And now Girardi kicks back to Hazelton. 14-7. Now you've got a little bit of breathing room. Van Blargen back there with the honor. It's Van Blargen at the 11. Back over the 25, diving ahead to about the 32-yard line. Watching live tonight on WebWeeklyLive.com. Latrell Jackson comes over. Here's a replay look, and he's going to take it right around the 10. It's going to be about 90 yards. About 90 yards. We'd have to almost see it again, Mike. Yeah, we'll take a look one more time, trying to see where Dickey was the up man, took it, and then pitched it back to Potts at about it's going to be either 90 or 91-yard return for the touchdown. All right, back to live action. And now Sparky Walk leading his ball club. He's played well, 5 out of 7, 86 yards out of the gun. Otero off that right side, not this time. Good play. Ross Stebbins, the All-Stater defensive end. He's that much bigger and stronger this year. Comes over to make the tackle for the Williamsport Millionaires. Also, Ben Gabrick comes over to help out of that play, number 52. At the 9, we're going to call it a 91-yard return that time.
I think they call that, Gary, where he caught the ball. Where he caught the ball. He tossed it backwards, but I think it's where he caught the ball.
So you're
check with the Statsman extraordinaire Tom Luss down there and see what
I've been checking with him the whole time. We'll get it. The main thing is it's right now 14-7. Toss left. Otero to the outside. Millionaires again doing a pretty good job, and it's going to force a third down play. Hankins that time came up. Clary is down there to make that tackle. The Millionaires again trying to hold now in third down.
They've gone to a different formation. They've gone to a wing formation on this series, and that time they tried to outflank the Millionaires. Millionaires did a good job of following down the line of scrimmage and stringing that out. and they got Stebbins to the backside. That's a big thing.
They're down in 4, Hazelton. 2:09 left until halftime. Rennie Road Armo All-State game. And our Harder Sporting Goods Play to Win halftime show. The answer to who is he and where is he now with Babe Mayer. Walk back to pass. Throws it to the outside. Picked off almost and dropped by Dante Wright. Had it in his hands. Wright playing corner on that left side. He looked up and the ball was there, and that would have been a pick six. He was so surprised it was there.
I'll tell you what, he's had some good catches tonight. That one there, it just, the receiver was coming inside. And I think what happened there, Dante was following him inside, and the ball was thrown behind, and it kind of surprised him when it came back there.
And now Damon Horton's going to try to punt it back, and watch where he's punting it, trying to keep it away from Elliott Walker. And Walker, no return inside the 30 and down to the 26. Remember, Walker brought one back 48 yards, but there was a block in the back, and it brought it back. Game of the week brought to you by Joan Kennedy and the gang at Auto Trim Design, Legion Road in Muncie. And it's amazing, from banners, they did some great banners up here for us. They can wrap any kind of vehicle. They wrap buildings. It's amazing the job they do. They're right behind Lesser Lumber, Hall's Pennsdale exit off I-180, Legion Road, Muncie. It's Auto Trim Design. And they can turn it around in a hurry. First down and 10. Millionaires. 14-7. They lead on a Trey Potts return of a kick. Pitch back to him from Dickey on that last series. And there's Potts again. Trying to find his way out over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That time, Kobe Jackson comes over to make the tackle. Number 28, the outside linebacker.
Good push on the line of scrimmage. Good seal. Clarion this side sealed off that linebacker and allowed him to get that 6 yards he got.
Millionaires may take a timeout, and they will take time. We'll take timeout with 1:22 until halftime. 14-7 Williamsport. You're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. For the finest detail in handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And, of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip. Hey guys, if you're buying promotional items for your business, then you gotta check out Janway Company at janway.com. Janway is the largest promotional products distributor in North Central PA. Janway's buying power can save you money on items like custom printed pens, trading pins, mugs, and more. Janway can print your company name and message on just about any item. Janway's been providing their customers with the best prices, the best products, and the best service since 1981. Find out for yourself at janway.com. Back to live action, WebbWeeklyLive.com, cable sports. In our 30th season, Hankins better cover that ball. He threw it low and incomplete, and better make sure that's a forward pass, and a good job by Walker to dive on it. And they stopped the clock with 1:19. Trying to get the ball to Elliott Walker, who has been so difficult to bring down. He's just made big plays. Return to punt, caught 2 passes for touchdowns a week ago. 3rd down and 5 now. Millionaires up 7. They're going to say the Potts kick return off the pitch back from Dickey was 85 yards. Down the middle, wide open. There's your tight end, Jackson. 40, 35. Jackson, the stutter step to the 25, to the 20, the 10. Jackson out of bounds at the 4-yard line. He's going to be knocked out in about the 4. They're going to put it down maybe at the 3. And it will be about a 66-yard return. The tight end was wide open.
That's the play. That's been there all night. He's had the man beat a couple of times, but Hankins just didn't see him. And that's, Hankins got a lot to look at out there. But that time he was wide open. Nice play and a nice run. I'll tell you what, he got down to the 3 on a couple of nice moves.
Jalen Jackson played a little bit running back last week. They've got Potts in the backfield trying to get 2 scores at halftime, up 14-7, 1:08 left. They give it to Potts, and they stick him for a loss of about 2-3 yards. And who do you think? Otero comes over to make the tackle. All conference a year ago, and he's getting D1 looks on both sides of the ball, linebacker and fullback at 6'1", 215, and only a junior. Millionaire is going to take time. We're going to keep it right here and thank more of the sponsors as you watch live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. First of a doubleheader tonight. Jamie Spencer, Paul McGinn doing the Loyalsock-Mifflinburg game, and that game coming up at 11 o'clock tonight from Mifflinburg. Game of the week brought to you by KISS 102.7, 80s to now, and Pitt and Penn State coming up tomorrow. Steve Jones and Jack Ham. Pregame show at 10:30, kickoff at noon, and Paul Bay Mayer will be there with Henry Hynoski at Heinz Field at Pitt. And that's Penn State's going to have a tough one, but that'll be on KISS FM. And by the way, our family adventure to Disney resumes on Monday.
Yeah, well, at Pitt, Henry Hynoski was not known as a rhinoceros. He was known as Hank the Tank. I may have to wear my Hank the Tank T-shirt next week.
Good idea. Also, game of the week brought to you by Harder Sporting Goods. Play to win. The Harder Sporting Goods pregame show. And, of course, Harder Sporting Goods halftime show, I should say, coming up. All right, 2nd down and 8. 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line, Millionaires. They lost a few in that last play. And now Hankins trips top of the screen. Set back is Potts. Tight end Jackson to the outside. Looking Jackson. Now the backside pressure coming by Kobe Jackson. Off the run. Hankins at the goal line. Touchdown. Isaiah Hankins gets in. And the Millionaires go up 20-7. An 8-yard run. That time by Isaiah Hankins. He bought time, looked for Jalen Jackson on the right side, and then everything broke down. He outran backside pressure by Kobe Jackson, their outside linebacker.
Once you get Potts or Hankins or Walker out on the edge like that, where they're in space and get one-on-ones, they're going to beat the man, and they're into the end zone. That was a classic run by Hankins.
Here comes Girardi to make it 21. Snap is back off the Fagnano hold. It is up and good. Timeout. 44 left in the first half. Millionaires up 21-7. You're watching on WebbWeeklyLive.com. This is the Rennie Rhode Armour All-State Game of the Week. Credit Union has served the area for over 75 years. Tom, Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. We pride ourselves on our flexible, competitive loan products that we offer. We can finance houses, cars, boats. We offer a Visa card that's 8.9% fixed rate. Great products.
And I know your members love the online banking.
Absolutely. It's very easy to do. Just log on and you conduct all your business from your home.
Check it today. Palco Federal Credit Union, member serving members for 75 years.
You know, when you talk pizza in Williamsport, you first talk about Park Pizza, a Billtown tradition since 1960. For the best in pizza, stromboli, and wings, you've got to believe it's Park Pizza. And now you've got to check out the brand new Behemoth, the giant 28-inch hand-tossed pizza, the largest hand-tossed pizza in the area. Park Pizza, take out, delivery, or dine in, Memorial Avenue, Williamsport. Call Scott today, 322-9024, Park Pizza.
Here comes Girardi kicking it back. Van Blargen deep, and they're going to squib it. Going to be touched there. And that time, not much. Good hit. David Smith picks it up on that second tier of guys, and Cam Dickey comes over to make the play. Let's take a look at the replay of a great effort by Isaiah Hankins, because Kobe Jackson starts coming from the outside.
There it is. He's going around the corner and lead block, good lead block by Potts out in the outside. I was looking to see, I thought there may have been a hold on the corner that time, but it was not, and the officials made the right call.
Millionaires have scored now on 75 and 74-yard scoring drives in this ball game tonight. 21-7, 38 on the clock. Play to win halftime show from Harder Sporting Goods coming up next. There's Otero, good hit. That time, Ben Gabrick comes over, number 52. Good stick by Gabrick. And Ross Stebbins, you know, his nose is in there too, as Stebbins helping out in that play.
I tell you, right now, this Hazelton team has been stunned. They just want to run the clock out. I doubt if they're going to run another play.
Otero, by the way, has been held at 26 yards in the first half, and that is it. We're going to go to halftime. Impressive. You're watching on WebbWeeklyLive.com. And halftime coming up. We're going to go down to Ben Reichley, and Chuck Crew's got to be happy. Of course, Babe, the big question is, do we have enough time to go upstairs or not? Last week we found out we didn't have enough time at Montoursville. And who is he, where is he now, will be coming up here shortly. And right now, let's go down to Ben with should be a pretty happy Chuck Crews.
Well, Coach, they're staying up in the booth. You should be pretty happy, but I think you have a couple things that you'd like to correct.
I mean, we had 2 scores taken off the board. I guess it's sour grapes if I question the officiating because they're doing a good job. It just happened that the 2 calls that I questioned just happened to come on scoring place. What a coincidence, huh?
Are you satisfied with the team?
Never satisfied.
Are you looking to make your team even better in the second half than they showed in the first half?
Football coach, that's not, huh? Let's go get it.
I'll tell you what, guys, Coach Crews is making it happen. Being down here in the sidelines, you see he has his team disciplined, but again, he's never satisfied because he's always looking to improve his team. Again, 35-7 could be the score. You look at what Williamsport's doing, they are really dominating. Babe, you talked about how the linebackers are playing. Look at the offensive line and defensive line. They are really dominating. Hazelton had a brief spurt. They made a couple plays, but you just look at Williamsport in those OD, the O-line and the D-line, and I tell you what, unless Hazelton makes some changes, I think Williamsport might have a couple more on the board.
And I'll tell you, Ben, you take a look at those 2 plays, and they don't come back. What kind of a score would it be in this football game? And 2 long returns, a 57-yard run by Elliott Walker and a 48-yard punt return by Elliott Walker. Both came back. And then we had a dogfight at 7-7. As soon as Hazelton tied it, Millionaires put together a couple of big plays. And one of the biggest, 66 yards of the tight end, Jalen Jackson, set up an 8-yard run by Hankins a moment ago. You're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. Babe, Mayer, and I back our 30th season, cable sports, and our Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Answer to who is he, where is he now at halftime coming up, and the Harders Play to Win halftime show. It is all next from STA Stadium. Millionaires up 21-7. Well, 38 years in the making. Rennie Road Armel All-State is #1 in Pennsylvania. They continue to evolve, and now John Grant has joined the company. Tell me more about your new role here at Rennie Road Armel.
I'm here as the benefits manager with my daughter Jennifer. We administer programs to local owners and businesses to help them maintain their employees by offering voluntary benefits that they can pick up, such as accident and disability. But one of the main things we're going to talk about today is our cancer program. As you know, in the country, 1 out of 2 males and 1 out of 3 females suffer with cancer, and our programs are made to supplement them. Talk about if they end up having a mammogram or a colonoscopy, that's paid for. Transportation paid for. But the big thing is their initial diagnosis, or if they have radiation and chemo, it pays $10,000 to them directly, that they don't have to pay to any other medical institution or any doctor. It goes directly to them to help offset their financial woes during this time of loss.
You've known them for more than 50-plus years in the Williamsport area. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services throughout Pennsylvania. Commercial builds from Starbucks to Panera and so much more. John Alvarado, now you're adding residential, and some of the finest homes are going to be built by you guys.
We've been doing residential design and construction work for about the last 4 years. Partnered with a firm called Scholl's Design, who is a residential architectural firm, probably the premier firm in the country. Have an extensive catalog of their designs, as well as we have the ability to do our own custom designs as well.
And remodeling, a rebuild of a house to change the look.
Yeah, both interior or exterior. We did the kitchen makeover last year with your crew.
Yeah, the KISS FM kitchen makeover, what a success. Boy, that was a happy family in South Williamsport.
Great project, gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days. That was great. The exterior renovation work we've been doing has been everything from brick, stucco, stone, new facelifts for your home.
So, for a new build, commercial or now residential, make it Alvarado Construction for the finest in central Pennsylvania.
Welcome to the Harders Halftime Show. I'm Dennis. This is Scott from Harders Sporting Goods. At the beginning of the year, every team needs to raise funds. At Harders, they put the funds back in fundraising. You go to PABooster.com where you select some products and a design. We help you sell it, we bag it, we sort it, we drop it off with a check to your organization.
And you know, Dennis, what they can do with that check is you can come here to Harder Sporting Goods. We've been your baseball headquarters for years and years. And now we'd like you to know that we're your headquarters for football and soccer and wrestling, any fall sport, winter sport, spring sport. We can take care of your needs. We're here at Harder Sporting Goods, and we're your hometown sporting goods store. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Who is a 1991 Williamsport grad who played 4 years at offensive and defensive tackle for the Millionaire football program? Well, if you guessed Millionaire Jason Jackson, you're correct. Jason was teammates with present Millionaire offensive coordinator Kevin Brown and defensive line coach Ben Mayer. He was also the teammate of Jerome Potts, father of present Millionaire running back Trayson Potts. His younger sister, Nikki Jackson, was the Lady Millionaire basketball's second all-time 1,000-point scorer in 1992. His football legacy lives on today as he watches the Millionaires play their games on the same field as he played. Today, Jason resides in Williamsport and works for Dynamic Surface Applications building and repairing bridges. Jason is the proud father of present Millionaire senior offensive tight end and defensive linebacker Jalen Jackson. Jason Jackson, this week's Rennie Road Armor Allstate Insurance. Who is he and where is he now? Stay tuned for more of the halftime show coming up right after these messages.
Well, John Kennedy, you've been with us a lot of years here on Cable Sports, and now with Auto Trim Design, Legion Road, Muncie. Tell me about, now you're still doing real estate, but tell me about the new Auto Trim Design.
Yeah, I am still doing real estate with Fish, but I partnered up with Rennie Road Armor for Auto Trim Design, which is a building and equipment and designers and installers that can do pretty much anything. They can wrap something new for you, they can add on something new, they can change something new, and we're also in the sports line. We can do banners for schools, we can do decals for helmets, we can do pretty much anything here.
So bottom line is you want to get a new look for your business. Great way to market. They totally wrapping vehicles. It's amazing how they can wrap a building, for God's sakes, anything under the sun.
And our installer probably has. She's fantastic. She's one of the best in the area.
So when it comes to a new marketing plan or something cool, even you might want to even do with your boat on the river, this is a way to get it wrapped and get it redone. Auto Trim Design.
Auto Trim Design can do it, and we are quick to turn around. Okay. And we have Saturday appointments as well.
How do they get in touch with you?
570-546-8455, and we're on 530 Legion Road, right behind Lezer Lumber.
Check it out today. Auto Trim Design. Thanks, Joan.
Thanks, Gary.
Well, it's halftime, and I'm hungry. And, of course, when I see this man, I get real hungry. Chef Hosh is here of Chef Hosh and Catering. It's part of the halftime show. You do Penn State tailgate parties, but now you're going all catering this fall and this winter. New location, West 4th Street. And out of that mobile kitchen, you can do everything.
Yes, in the mobile kitchen, you're right, Gary. Some people see the mobile kitchen and they know they're going to eat good the night when they see our mobile kitchen pull up in their drive. And we do home parties. We do tailgates, like you said, Christmas parties, business parties, and our new location down here on 4th Street across from P.D. Kurdick House. We have 3 rooms in there, 2 of them seating about 25 and the other one seats about 65.
So a dinner party for 10 or maybe one for over 400. You can cover it all. You can go informal like you're doing for my Army Navy party, or you can go real fancy.
Yep, we can go real fancy. Yep, we can do 5-course meals, whatever you want to order and stuff. We don't have any set menus. We do what you want us to do.
I say he's the best. How do you get in touch with you?
570-850-9843. Chef Hoshin and Catering.
Check him out. Do it this fall. And we're back here on the Fairfield Auto Group halftime show with Rick Quigley, longtime GM at Fairfield, 30-plus years in this business. And I'll tell you, Rick, you guys continue to expand. We're down at the end of the county. You guys pretty much own it with the locations right here at the Halls-Pennsdale exit off I-180.
Oh, that's right, Gary. We've got our Hyundai store across the street. We have Toyota right here, and behind me is Honda. And at the end of the cul-de-sac is going to be our brand new BMW store, which we've already broken ground, and they're clearing that off right now as we speak.
Yeah, and that's bigger and better than ever, meaning you're selling a lot, meaning they want to put more cars here. And that's huge, a luxury model that people love.
Yeah, BMW has done very well, and their forecast for BMW is to do exceptionally well over the next few years. They've got a lot of new brands coming out, new models, and it's the only luxury brand in this market.
Great thing about it, too, you've got locations over this entire region of Central PA, and one of the newest is down in Lewisburg, state-of-the-art facility for Chevy and Caddy.
Yeah, finished the Chevy Cadillac store last year, have a huge parking lot across the street, hold up to 500 cars, and doing very well with a great display there.
Yeah, the Kaiser boys, they've got a location in Danville in the Muncie area, Route 405. You've got the Dodge and you've got Jeep and everything there. And, of course, Fairfield Ford implements Ford at the Auto Mall with BMW moving here and Volkswagen down there, too. And that's a great location.
It is a great location, and having Ford up the other end of the county certainly helps. We have both ends covered for our customers.
Rick, you're all over it. Let's get 30 more years coming for Fairfield.
That's what we're here for. Thanks.
Congratulations, and make it Fairfield for fair deals. Well, it is the Harders Play to Win halftime show. Gary Crispin, Bay Bear, and they're the Millionaire Marching Band. No, that's a Hazelton Marching Band. It's the same colors. And I'm sorry about that. I had not been paying a lot close attention. We're trying to get ready as our halftime show continues. 21-7. That's right, Marching Millionaires played prior to this ball game tonight. They were still raining when it was really pouring prior to this game. And we had started out in the roof. Everybody got soaked. We're in the second level here at this beautiful new STA Stadium. You talk about big plays of our Play to Win halftime show. First of all, Millionaires and Hazelton, 6 first downs apiece, but the Millionaires have outgained him 231-97. And here is one of the big River Valley Transit big plays. The pitch back, Dickey to Potts, and Trayson Potts. Only a sophomore at 5'10", 180, already getting all kind of looks from a lot of colleges. He goes the distance. They call it 85 yards in the pitch back. We get a chance, Mike. We may want to go back to that first score when Dante Wright took it the distance on a touchdown pass by Isaiah Hankins. Hankins 4 out of 8, 134 yards, a touchdown, and he was picked off on a deflected pass, his first interception thrown this year. Sparky Walk, I think, has done a good job. Young sophomore, started a year ago as a freshman for the Cougars. 4 out of 8 for 86. And here's another look. They're the Millionaires. This is Hankins on the run. That's the last touchdown. And then, Mike, if we can, we'll try to go back early in the game. We still have quite a bit of time and halftime left with 7:51 still on the clock here. Hankins got in to make it 21 in the ballgame. I think, babe, one of the things I'm most impressed with, Holden Otero, 12 carries, 26 yards in this football game. He did score an 11-yard touchdown run. But I think that's got to be a big key.
I'm generally impressed with this entire Millionaire team tonight, that how they've gotten into situations. A 7-7 tie, I questioned how they were going to respond. They didn't even bat an eye. Immediately scored a touchdown, immediately scored another touchdown, and went up 21-7. And there was not a whole lot of time left in the second half when they scored those 2 touchdowns.
Trayson Potts, babe, hasn't had it all that much tonight. 5 for 21 yards and a touchdown, and an 85-yard return on the kick return. Walker has had it 1 for 57 yards, and Hankins 5 for 19. Wright has caught 2 for 68, 1 a touchdown of 48 yards, and it was Jalen Jackson that happened to catch one 68-yard play that set up that last touchdown. I don't know if we have the Dante Wright original touchdown earlier. Mike's going to get back to that in a moment. But good crowd having some fun at STA Stadium despite the bad weather coming out for this ball game tonight. Next week, babe, we made a change in our schedule because the Valley West game in Kingston against the Millionaires, biggest game potentially in northeastern PA, and we're going to be there on WebWeeklyLive.com, and we'll have it for you next week, 6:50. So we made a schedule change. We're going to see South Williamsport later in the season, Loyal, Sockman, Toursville, hopefully get Jersey Shore on, Hughesville, and some of the teams in this area. But right now the Millionaires are high flying. That could be a huge game. Of course, Valley West got to get by Delaware Valley tonight.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you compare these two teams, and I'll tell you, I think Williamsport is making a statement here tonight. with the way they play. I mean, we're only at halftime. Scores 21-7, and they're doing some really great things out there as a team. Offensive, defensive line, as Ben rightly mentioned, really did a good job.
Here's a play, babe, that set the tone of the ball game early, and Dante Wright is a real weapon of the Williamsport Millionaires, and another River Valley Transit big play that came up in the first half of that ball game if we have it ready. On a touchdown pass. 5:23 left until halftime. And here it is. Well, no, that is not it. That's Otero. So, all right. We'll take the break, Mike. Let's go to the break. We'll try to come back and show you that play. If you have it, let's go to it right now. You got to understand, everybody was waterlogged before this ball game.
Well,
and there's the tail end of the play.
We didn't see the catch, but we saw the tail end there, and it's too bad because the biggest part of that play was at the beginning when he made a couple of great cuts. He's a sprinter on Sam Bell's track team, and we knew once he got in the open he was going to the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of weapons. They've spread it around, and here's a look at it again. This big play that set the tone. This was a great catch by Dante Wright to the outside.
Nice cut. Breaks a tackle, and he's free and going into the end zone. Good play by Dante Wright.
And he goes 48 yards. We're going to take a timeout. Harders Play to Win halftime show. Harders for years on Lycoming Creek Road. We grew up when Harders was downtown in Williamsport many, many years ago. We'll take a timeout. Millionaires on top, 21-7. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. And you're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. You can watch Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 on Comcast 190, and any replay at WebbWeeklyLive.com. Coming up later, Loyalsock Mifflinburg at 11 here at WebbWeeklyLive.com. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
You know by now, I love the Clothier. Men's clothing at the finest in Central PA with the biggest selection in the state. Francis, how do you do it? You've got a huge selection for everybody.
We try to fit everybody from head to toe with clothes from all the brands around the world. Fit you up exactly the way you like to look.
West 4th Street, downtown Williamsport. Biggest selection, finest menswear in Pennsylvania. The Clothier, downtown Williamsport.
Loves clothes and her phone. Still willing to be seen with you in public, depending on the location. Jamie at 14 and you. Available for a limited time only. Don't wait to make the memories that will last a lifetime at Walt Disney World Resort, the place where dreams come true.
Now you can afford to celebrate your special moments at Walt Disney World Resort. Contact your local AAA office or go to AAA.com/Disney to learn how.
Jim Moff & Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, MoffinAssociates.com.
Kiss 1027, the 80s to now.
We are back. STA Stadium. Gary Crispin, Bay Bear, and Ben Rankley. We'll try to catch Ben with an update prior to the return of the second half of this ball game. Millionaires up 21-7, and they dodged the bullet from the standpoint of having two touchdowns long returns, a punt return, and a long run by Elliott Walker that were called back. And they big plays.
Yeah. It's. I mean, this game could be much wider open than the 21-7 score shows on the scoreboard. But I'll tell you what, the Millionaires really are dominating this game. Other than that one drive that they gave up, they're just in total domination right now.
By the way, Delaware Valley is leading Wyoming Valley West 15-0. That score at halftime. And that'll be the Millionaires' opponent next week. That'll be a game. We made a change. That's a game we're going to be doing at Valley West next Friday night. Big game against the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West, but they're losing right now 15-0. Yeah. They were down last week at halftime to this Hazelton team.
Right.
They were down, ironically, 15-0 early. Hazelton was trying to get down and make it 21-22-0 and fumbled. And changed the complexion of the game around. They trailed at halftime, trailed going to the fourth, and then Valley West came back and won it going away.
Well, you know, you look at this schedule of the Millionaires, and their toughest games are in the second half. They have their last 5 games are going to be very tough, and they need a good game here tonight. So I'm kind of glad the score is only 21-7 because there's still a ball game. If those 2 touchdowns weren't called back, we could have a blowout game for the 3rd straight week, and I'm not so sure how that would fare with bringing this team up to the next level.
Well, I must say this, game's far from over, and Mike Brennan, a great coach, and he really feels good that he's going to really get this team to gel from Hazelton. But Millionaires showing you the firepower, all the weapons, and they were able to dodge the bullet when 2 called back. They were able to get 2 back to still make it 21-7. That's a mark of a good football team. Didn't hang the head, and they came back and got it. I think defensively is one of the things I'm most impressed with, because the Millionaires the last 2 years, you knew they could score a lot of points, but they gave up a lot of points in games. That was their biggest problem. They've done a great job of the defensive side.
Yeah, they're playing good defense, which the stats talk about there when we showed Otero and how many yards he had. He had almost 200 yards last week, and what's he at, about 30 or 40 yards here tonight?
No, he doesn't even have his, but 26 yards in the first half. Okay. Wyoming area is upsetting Berwick 14-13, and that is another score at right around halftime tonight for this ball game here at STA Stadium. It was a long first half, and we're about a minute away to kick the ball off, and some of the crowd on a warm night for football, but a rain of probably hour to hour and a half, and it was pouring. And we were set up to go on the roof tonight. We had the tent up. Everything was wet. We brought everything back down here. So everybody was a little waterlogged prior to this game.
This is a nice crowd considering what decision a lot of people made before the game started. I was going to ask you if I could go home. I mean, that's how bad it was raining. And, but I knew you'd say no, so I didn't bother asking.
You've got a Penn State Pitt game to go to. You got a little bit of a drive tomorrow.
Hey, I'm not driving.
All right, who you picking tomorrow for Penn State? Pitt.
Well, I think Pitt has the better team, really. But Pitt, for some reason, they choke against Penn State, and I don't know what it is. But it's going to be a great ball game. It has a lot on the line, and it's going to tell us a lot about Penn State's football team.
Let's see if we go down to Ben Reichley. Ben, let's go down to you with a quick update. And Ben, your thoughts on that first half?
The first half was Williamsport not executing 100%. They executed about 80%. Williamsport's getting the ball, no doubt. Coach Cruz is going to put his foot on the pedal, so look for Williamsport to come out and pass, and look at them to be proactive in getting another touchdown on that board, and see if Hazelton's defense can turn it around. I'll tell you what, a lot of confidence on this Williamsport sideline right now.
No doubt they have a lot of weapons for the Williamsport Millionaires. Barrientos getting ready to kick it back, and here we go. Williamsport on the return. That's Marty Clark. Marty looked maybe to pitch it back to somebody like Potts. Nobody to pitch it to. Marty gets nailed by Kobe Jackson. And the Millionaires set up first down and 10. Game of the week brought to you by Harder Sporting Goods. And the Harder Sporting Goods Play to Win halftime show. Not only football, baseball, softball, but everything from swimming to wrestling to soccer. They are your headquarters for hometown sports. And all the local teams, Scott and the gang do a great job at Harder's, bigger and better than ever on Lycoming Creek Road.
All right, Millionaires with the ball here to start the second half. See what they can do. They were on fire at the end of the first half.
They've got Walker in motion now. They flag Jalen Jackson, the tight end, to the left side. They put Walker in the slot. Dante Wright flagged out to this near side. 1st and 10. Potts off that sweep right. Nothing doing it. Good defensive job that time. That time Caleb Yonner came over, but a good job as Horton came up and basically helped take that corner away that time. Good defensive play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was close to a bad formation right there by the Millionaires. Somebody had to move back off the ball.
2nd down, 9, only a yard gain. Potts has not gained a lot from scrimmage, but has a 85-yard kick return for a touchdown. That's Walker in motion. They look right. Hankins off the spin move again, and that time cannot spin out of coverage, and a good job that time. Outstanding job by Damon Horton, and also coming over to make the play, Will Strasner, number 88.
I don't know what happened on that play. He turned, he looked to Walker. Walker was open. He could have got the ball to him. I don't know if they were trying to set something up with Walker, but there was nobody downfield on this side, so don't know what happened.
3rd down and 10. Kevin Brown told me much more relaxed and calm and in charge this year, Isaiah Hankins. Back to pass. Hankins 3rd down, middle screen, set up well. Potts for the 1st down. Good stutter step to the 50, 45, 40. Potts down the sideline and inside the 25 to the 22. A great run by Trayson Potts.
And I'll tell you what, that was a nice pass by Hankins. He just flicked that ball right to Potts, and that screen was set up, and good job by the offensive line and not going downfield.
Yeah, that's a 42-yard gain. Here's a look at it again. Although we may have to get back to live action. You see this play develop again to Potts. Now the Millionaires getting set. There's a great look at Potts in the open field. And now here they come. Back to live action. WebbWeeklyLive.com. Hankins. Out of that pistol. Nothing doing that time. They're looking for number 3. And it gets stacked up for a loss maybe of a yard that time. Coming over to make the play is going to be number 70, John Marola, the defensive tackle, 6'2", 270, was in that backfield. Potts has had it 7 for only 21 yards on the ground in this game.
That time they came with a blitz with the middle linebacker. They picked up the middle linebacker, but one of the defensive linemen got through.
2nd down, 11, Millionaires up 21-7. Early 3rd period on Cable Sports. Hankins, Potts, left side, cutback move. 20. Still to the outside, and Hazelton doing a good job defensively, not letting him get out and around that time. Good defensive play coming over. Strasner got a hand on him. Also, Dakota Egner finished him off. 6 foot, 185-pound senior defensive end. Now brings up 3rd down again.
Yeah, that was a good play. Potts got spun around and tried to break to the outside and lost some yardage on that play, but it was still a good run.
3rd down and 6. Double wide outs left and right. Setback this time, Marty Clark. Flag came out. No, I didn't see a flag. Well, there is a flag down there. There's a flag down. I don't know if we're going to get a false start, Millionaires. Referee blew that whistle.
Where do you see the flag at?
At the far side.
Oh, at the far side. Okay, it must go. It's a legal procedure.
It's going to be a false start, Millionaires. And they back him up 5, and now it's 3rd down and 11. And see how much Marty Clark in there right now, who gained 2,000 yards at Loyalsock a year ago. Sat out the first game, ineligible. Had 27 yards last week, but he wears number 20. He's in there now. Dangerous runner. Looked good in the preseason. Back to pass. Hankins wide open. Going down for the catch, and it's made by Dante Wright. On a great play by Wright and a 1st down inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. His 3rd catch of the night.
I'll tell you what. He threw that ball. Hankins threw that. Wright's down out in the field. Hankins threw that ball before Wright turned and looked for it. He threw it to the spot. Wright turned and did a good job of pulling the ball off his knees and making that catch.
Yeah, he's got banged up on that play, and he looked like he held on to it, went low.
He may have had the wind knocked out of him.
And they're out there checking him out right now. Dante Wright's had a big night for the Williamsport Millionaires. A 17-yard game for Wright, who's a senior. He's caught 3 for 85 and a touchdown in this ball game, and they're taking a look at Dante Wright right now. Let's go down to Ben Reichley. Ben, what do you see down there?
Well, on the pass, it's a seam route, and if you play it back, what you'll see is he goes down to catch the ball. He goes down awkwardly, and then has a Hazelton guy come over top. And initially, I looked right at him, and you could see he tried to get up, but he is not in good shape right now. They're taking a look at him, and babe, let's hope it's just a wind. But he went down awkwardly. He did catch the ball though, so we'll see.
Sometimes, Ben, reason I thought that was that when you catch the ball low like that, you can fall on it. It can knock the wind out of you. And I thought maybe that's what the situation was.
And Hankins, by the way, is now really settling down thanks to Dante Wright having a big night. 6 out of 10, 193 yards for the senior QB. And Dante's going to be all right. But you're probably right. Wind knocked out of him, went down, made a great catch, and he landed funny, and the defender landed on him. It looks like he's going to be all right. They need to get him back in, that's for sure.
Well, his dad's hanging out the window here. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, DeMar Wright, who works for Cable Sports Productions, and
he's the vice president, isn't he?
I don't know. He's acting like the president tonight. His son's had a couple of good catches. He's acting like the president up here.
All right, here come the Millionaires, first and goal at the 8 after a great catch by Wright. Out of the gun. Pair of setbacks with him. They've got Walker and Potts back there in the gun. Elliott Walker to the outside, to the 15, to the 10. Walker dances down the sideline and out of bounds at the 2.
And Potts threw a great block out here on the edge. Set it up, the man was in position. Walker allowed the running back, got out to the outside just as the man turned. Potts hit him. And that's what set up that ball carrying down to the, 2-3.
Second down, goal at the 3. Lone setback under the center now is Hankins. And Potts lone setback. Potts in traffic, trying to take people with him, and he's tough. He doesn't shy away from a hit. Kobe Jackson's done a good job tonight. The outside linebacker, number 28, comes over to make the tackle, and now it brings up 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line.
And on that play, Gary, they brought the house up the middle, right where Potts was running. Offensive line did a good job of moving the defense back, and he ends up picking up 2 yards on that carry.
3rd down, goal at the 1. Millionaires trying to get more here in the 3rd. 8:15 left. 21-7. Rennie Road Armor Allstate, game of the week. And Hankins, straight ahead, sneaks it in for the touchdown. Isaiah Hankins gets in with another score, and the Millionaires on top of this ball game, 27-7, and that's a 66-yard drive and a good one for the Millionaires. Yeah, that's impressive. Hankins, you talk about when Hankins is done, that is another touchdown for Hankins, who came in with his second touchdown. He had 12 for 147 coming in. And a touchdown, his second of the season rushing. And now Girardi tries to make it 4 in a row. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Timeout, 8:04 left in the 3rd at STA Stadium. 28-7 Millionaires. You're watching live at WebbWeeklyLive.com. Remember, coming up, Loyalsock, Mifflinburg tonight, second of the doubleheader at 11 p.m. We'll be right back.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
When it comes to health insurance, Roach Financial has the solution. The team at Roach Financial has over 100 years combined experience earning your trust by offering health coverage for business, individuals, and families. The Affordable Health Care Act has created a greater need for a trusted benefits consultant who can help disentangle it so you and your employees understand the new changes and requirements. Let Roach Financial find the solution for you. Call today for a free consultation, 570-322-1880.
Back again at STA Stadium. Gary Crispin and Bay Bear along with Ben Reichley. Millionaires squib it back this time. That's going to be Smith that picks it up on the short kick as he'll run it over the 35 to the 36-yard line. That time, Gene Green comes over on the special teams to make the hit for the Millionaires. And here comes Hazel, and now you're down 28-7 in this ball game.
Now Girardi on that kick, if you watch that ball, it dribbles down and then all of a sudden pops up in the air. That's a great onside kick situation. Millionaires work on that and get their linemen to rush to that ball. That's going to be a turnover, and the Millionaires are going to get the ball back on a kickoff one of these games.
Here comes Sparky Walk, the sophomore QB. He was 5 out of 8 for 86 in the first half of this ball game. It brought his club down to tie it at 7. Then the Millionaires got 2 back in the second. They run off that right side. And not much. Millionaires have done a good job defensively. Hankins playing both ways. Clary coming off there, and Jalen Jackson, number 10. They put their best athletes playing both ways for the Millionaires, not fooling around defensively. They really feel, and it's one at a time, that this is a championship type of team. And that's one game at a time that Chuck Cruz says, but he's got this team playing well under him. And the great thing, the guys rally around him and really like Chuck Cruz. 2nd down 7. He's got a great staff with him. All working around, bringing the Millionaires back to the return to glory. And this great facility, one of the best in the state, is all part of it. Thrown to the outside, and the catch is made. That's going to be Smith. Not much on the play. Well, let's look and see where they put it down. It's going to be a gain of about 5, maybe 6. And it's going to be actually more like a gain of 6, 2nd down 4.
Marcus Simmons in on the far side of the field, number 21 at the defensive cornerback. So it looks like Dante Wright is not going in on defense, but I don't see him down there being worked on anywhere, so he'll be ready to play offense, I would guess.
Keep an eye on Otero. They've got him flanked. He's caught 2 big passes in this ball game. Great catches he's made. Thrown to the outside. The pick by Potts. And the interception. And Potts may have turned as they came up like he turned his ankle a bit on the interception. That time by Trayson Potts. They're all coming out to take a look at him. He made the turn, made the pick, and he got twisted around. He was a whisker away from taking it back for a pick 6.
All right, there's 3 defenders that Sparky threw into in that play, and can't do that.
And they're going to bring in Joe Fagnano. He's a good-looking young quarterback, 6'3", 190.
Yes, he is.
And a sophomore.
He'll develop into a good quarterback. Has good.
Let's look and see. Let's double-check again. And I think now Hankins. It's actually they're not going to call that the interception. It looked like Millionaires. Now it's going to be still a Hazelton ball. So that was not. They said he dropped it. And it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
No, it's going to be 1st down and 10 because that's going to go against the Millionaires, I think. I don't know what's going on now. Yeah, it's a 1st down. Yeah, it's a 1st down on the penalty. There was a penalty on Williamsport.
Yeah, it looked like the pick, and maybe they said he didn't hang on. 1st down and 10 now, and Hazelton. Looking out there a moment ago, looked like the Millionaires going to get some new people in the game, but they're coming back on the defensive side, and here comes Walk again. So that was not credited as an interception. Clearly looked like he had it up here, 1st down and 10. Sparky Walk. Otero dives ahead. He was all conference a year ago, 190 last year. And that time, Walk coming up, and Ross Stebbins comes over to make the tackle. Also coming over, Jameer Burgett helped out in that play, too, for the Millionaires.
Yeah, that was Stebbins did a good job of containing, turned him back inside, and the inside linebacker made the tackle.
Otero comes back in the game, and Horton is going to leave the game. Gave him a breather for a moment. They've got Smith to the near side. Van Blargen is in the slot. Off that fake, the run by Walk. He's going to dive over the 50 out to the 49. Nate Welch, the linebacker, number 11, comes over to make the tackle for the Millionaires. 5:16 left, third period.
When your linebackers are making this many tackles in a ball game, your defensive linemen are doing a really good job of occupying the entire offensive line. And the linebackers then can flow to the ball. And that's just playing good defense. Good job by the defensive down people. Good job by the linebackers of reading and figuring out where that ball's at.
Van Blargen, top of the screen. Near side is David Smith. Off that quarterback draw, a good run and a first down. He's going to be close, and maybe he didn't get it. That time, a good job defensively. Isaiah Hankins hit him right the last minute. It's going to depend on that spot. He was close to the first, and then he got belted back. See where they put it down.
Well, there's a flag down on the field. Let's see who that penalty's against. I think it's going to be a dead ball foul, and it could be against the Millionaires.
By the way, next week we'll be at Valley West. Millionaires in Kingston against the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. And that's coming up next week live here on WebWeeklyLive.com. We made a change in schedule, and we're going to be doing that game next week. Later on tonight after this game, second of our doubleheader, Jamie Spencer, Paul McGinn. The second game, Mifflinburg hosting the Loyal Sock Lancers. Some of the places you go as we stream live did not have the internet service, the internet connection, or good cell service. And in that case, we've got a replay. But the great thing about all the replays, you can watch them anytime at WebWeeklyLive.com. And they are all archived, and they're there. And remember, Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, here on Comcast 190, where we've been with the cable company for 30 years here in cable sports.
That's going to go against the Million. There's going to be another 5-yard penalty. It was a personal foul. 15-yard penalty on the last play. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think Dalton Kreiner is going to come out of the ball game, and he comes out in big number 60.
Well, I'll tell you that Dalton Kreiner plays a good game inside there at that tackle position.
Now it's 1st and 5 at the 24. Hazelton trying to come back down 28-7. Otero trying to get ahead of steam, running toward the 20. And down to about the 19-yard line. And again, little pushing and shoving going on. There are going to be a couple flags coming out of that pile. And it could go both ways. Clary was down there. Stebbins down there. And we'll see what that call is going to be. Hankins was in the middle of it, too. And Hankins is going to go over and talk to the referee. Or he's going to come to the sideline. And now Chuck Cruz comes out to talk to him.
Well, evidently it must be going against the...
personal foul Millionaires.
Yeah, Chuck Cruz is going to get a penalty called on him. He's clear out of midfield, and unless he called a timeout, which I don't think he did, he could well be flagged here. Should be, as a matter of fact.
Personal foul against the Williamsport Millionaires. And Chuck Cruz out there talking about it. Millionaires 28-7 up in this ball game.
Going to move the Millionaires back. That'll be
right now
half the distance to the goal. I think that'll be. I didn't see where the foul was committed.
Yeah, right now, babe, you're in a situation. Again, you want to keep the pedal down. And Hazelton, a lot of football left. There's 3:58 in the third. You don't want to let this team back in this ball game. That's for sure. Millionaires have 8 penalties for 66 yards in the game, and Chuck Cruz is not going to be happy with that. So now you've got 1st and goal at the 10, and a bunch of these yards have been on penalties. They go Otero right down there in the middle of that pile, and that time good hit Millionaires. Ross Stebbins leading the charge down in there.
Along with Jameer Burgett, the other defensive end. And I'll tell you what, they got a lot of backups in here and mixed in with the starters, which is good because the backups get a chance to play with the first group. But and they're still stopping Hazelton. I mean, this is a nice stance here. Remember, they've given up 35 yards in penalties to get the ball where it's at.
Here comes Walk, 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line. Otero, lone set back with him. Off the fake, Walk Runs into who else? Ross Stebbins, the all-state defensive end. A big night and a great big tackle, another for a loss. He led the region in tackles for losses a year ago.
Did you see how quick he came off of the running back and onto the quarterback?
Oh yeah, he didn't fake him out at all.
I don't think in any way, he was moved by anything that happened there.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's going to be playing at the next level next year. Ross Stebbins, all-stater as a junior a year ago, had more than 100 tackles for this team. Out of the gun, 3rd and goal at the 13 Hazelton. Walk, back to pass. Off the scramble. He's going to throw it toward the end zone, incomplete. And good coverage there. They tried to go to David Smith, and he threw it short. And incomplete. Nicholas was back there. And Jalen Jackson.
That's Clary. It's down on the field out there. Boy, that would be a big loss. He's
Elijah Clary, and yeah, that would be a big loss. And he's hurt and in trouble getting up right now. Yeah, millionaires, that's one of the big keys to a team. Injuries can just really kill a team. Let's go back down to Ben Reichley. Ben.
Hey, Gary. Hey, talking with the officials a little bit. The Williamsport team's getting a little chippy in their minds, and you see a lot of little activity after the play here. Hazelton's not backing down. You got to think Williamsport's very confident. Hazelton still wants to have some pride in themselves. So a little chippy after the game, but the players have been warned. Sometimes when you warn, that's not bad. When you throw the penalty flag, that means something. Coach Cruz has been out there. Coach Brennan's been out there. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully we'll see some good, solid football. But Williamsport, a very confident team right now, even though Hazelton's drove it down.
Yeah, Elijah Clary getting up. Eli Clary. And trying to shake it off. Hopefully he's going to be all right. He's playing a good game. Hazelton, by the way, babe, 0 for 7 in third down conversions in this ball game.
Wow.
Walk is 8 of 11, 92 yards. Hankins 6 out of 10 for 193. Otero has been held to 30 yards on 14 attempts for the all-conference running back who made all-conference first team as a sophomore a year ago. All right, 4th down. Goal at the 13-yard line. Otero back there with Walk. Double wideouts left side. Strazier, the tight end, flanks over to the left side. Back to pass. They dump the screen right, dropped it incomplete. And the Millionaires were going to have it well covered that time as a cherry and white were coming up defensively. Marcus Simmons, 21, had the beat on that play. He's right behind him. He's ready to make that hit.
Well, the Millionaires now come out with they still have the starting lineup in there. We're
2:14 left, third period.
It's 2:14 in the third period, and this game is still a 28-7 ball game.
Millionaires, we mentioned, had two touchdowns called back on penalties. 2 long touchdowns by Elliott Walker. One a punt return, the other just a great run by Walker, and they both came back. Millionaires led at halftime, 21-7. They're up 28-7 right now, and a great stand they made defensively a moment ago. That's Walker in motion. They're going to screen it to him, get him in the open field. Try to run through people and still make something out of it with nobody out there blocking for him. Got out to near the 18, and Hunter Van Blargen comes over to make the tackle, number 2.
They're giving the Millionaires a big cushion now in those wide receivers. They know that they can't run with them. So they're giving him a big underneath cushion. That pass is going to be there for a while.
Keep an eye on Tristan Connor. He's caught 6 coming in the ball game. They haven't gotten it to him tonight. Number 16, top of the screen. And he is good size. Up under center is Hankins. They toss Potts. Off the spin. Potts out over the 25, diving ahead for a first down run to the 29-yard line. Damon Horton comes over to make the tackle. And I think right now, Chuck Cruz, as his club wants to continue to improve. He'd love to put together a great drive right here and settle down and maybe get a drive the old-fashioned way and get some good running out of those backs.
Potts came out of the ball game. He's got a cramp, and that's what they're working on down on the sideline.
They come out of the gun this time. They're going to put Elliott Walker in motion. Marty Clark's back there. Hankins off that Straight run by the quarterback, runs out of bounds at about the 33-34 yard line.
And I tell you what, the fog is rolling in here.
And flag is down.
If you look on the far side of the field,
yeah, you're right.
The fog is starting to move.
I thought that was smoke. I thought we had a fireworks demonstration, babe.
You can see it up in the lights. It's not.
Babe, do you remember we did a game against Altoona here, and it got so foggy we could barely see?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we did again. That's when we used to be up on that little hut. They put a hut for us out here on the roof.
It was like
do you remember the early days of Gable Sports? We actually would walk out, and there's the fog. We would walk out on the roof. We'd step out of the window on a ledge. And I remember
to get out of the hut.
We took some sponsors up there. A great sponsor in those days was the late Bill Pickler, a big supporter of Williamsport Sports for many, many years. Bill Pickler was such a trooper. He was in his 80s. We stepped him out off the roof and took him over for the halftime show.
And we were scared to death he was going to fall. we says, God, that's all we need. Bill had a reputation around here as being a big sportsman and backing sports, which he did.
Yep, he was one of our early sponsors.
We can't let anything happen to him.
Second, it's come a long way here at Millionaire Stadium, at STA Stadium now. Transportation Association, back to pass Hankins, pressure coming, catch made Simmons, 35-40, first down. Diving ahead to the 45, Marcus Simmons comes in and makes a big play.
That was a great pass by Hankins. He had a man on him, chasing him across the field, about a step away from grabbing a hold of him, and Hankins still had the composure to not think about the man, get the ball down to the receiver.
First down and 10. Kevin Brown told me last night, talked to him on the phone, that if we spread it around and keep the ball, getting it out there, because the pressure they're going to put in. Here's Marty Clark, and he's a good one. Marty Clark to the outside, 45-40, 35-30, and a great run by Marty Clark. That time saving tackle by Nolan Schneider, the corner. And a good run by Clark. Babe, I know you were impressed by Marty Clark during the preseason scrimmage against State College and Du Bois.
I'll tell you what, he's on a team with a lot of good athletes, and he's one of them. And on any other team, he would be a star player. That time, that was a nice dip and bounce out there to the outside to pick him up another 5+ yards.
Yeah, that's a 24-yard run by Marty Clark. Potts out of here. He's out with a cramp right now. That's Walker in motion. They're going to screen it to him to the outside. Good coverage. Makes a man miss. And a great head of steam. Little after, he put the afterburners on, and he broke for another 7 yards on that play. And Adrian Otero comes over to make that tackle.
I'll tell you, if you saw that play again, he does a reverse pivot, and how he knew the man was on the outside is beyond me.
Hey, let's take time out. It's the end of the third period. Millionaires on top, 28-7. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Watching live on WebWeeklyLive.com. Rennie Road Armel, 38 years and going strong. #1 in Pennsylvania, top 10 in the nation. What makes this place so successful?
I think it's the attitude and how we treat clients. We treat them not as clients or customers, but as friends and family. We take a lot of pride of always being there to help them. We're always available on our business or cell phone. It's a job of taking care of people. It's a job of being there when they need you.
Over 30 years, one family of dealerships has grown to include 14 brands at 8 locations. On an unyielding commitment to hometown values, an unrivaled service, selection, and customer satisfaction for 30 years. Fairfield. For fair deals. You're gonna love us.
Well, you can see that fog rolling into STA Stadium. Gary Crispin, Babe Bear, Ben Reichley, and our Cable Sports staff. And the man that holds it up big, Iron Mike Strunk, 30 years. And Mike has missed one game, I think, in 30 years. Hard to believe. And Mike just single-handedly puts this whole show together. He's here about 2 in the afternoon, or maybe earlier, getting it all set. Off the fake. Great catch is made. Great spin by Walker. Touchdown. Elliott Walker got in. What a play by Walker. Walker in great concentration, and the Millionaires go up 34-7 on a 22-yard play.
Man, that was another great run by Walker. Man, oh man.
87-yard drive.
The catch was amazing. And then the run and the spin down at the end to get into the end zone was just fantastic. That was a textbook play that you put in, and then he made it a teaching lesson.
Yeah, watch this play. And again, led him. Great concentration, great spin, and then great effort to get in the end zone. And now the kick is up. As the fog rolls in, and the kick is good. And Angelo Girardi is 5 out of 5. And the Millionaires are on their way to their third win. The glory coming back to SDA Stadium. 35-7. Williamsport on top of Hazelton. We'll be back on the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
You know, BJ's Steak and Rib House of Selinsgrove has been a Central PA classic since 1982. And they offer Central PA's only authentic oyster bar, available open to close 7 days a week, hot and cold selections from the cold waters of New England to the Canadian Maritimes at BJ's. Plus, they offer Central PA's premium house-dry aged steaks, all hand-cut in BJ's own butcher shop. BJ's Steak and Ribs, a Central PA classic in Selinsgrove.
Back to live action in the fog. It was Yonner that brought the ensuing kickoff back, and Nate Welch having a big game. Number 11 comes over the linebacker to make the hit. And now you can really see the fog rolling in here at SDA Stadium. Not as foggy as it was for that one game, babe, maybe 20 years ago. I mean, it was, we literally could hardly see the field.
You know, actually, in most of these situations, this fog is up in the air and down on the field. It isn't affecting the play at all. We can see it up here in the lights, but generally the heat from the ground pushes it up, and it's not on the field that way. I think the game you're talking about, it was down on the field.
Yeah, it was real hard to see that game. 35-7 our score. Millionaires on top. Walk off the pump fake, going deep. His man fell down and incomplete. And Van Blargen had 6 points and knew it and dropped the ball. His man bit on the play on the pump fake, and it was incomplete.
Well, you know, it's that's just the way it's going for Hazelton right now. You get to a point in a ball game where you're getting pushed around the way you are right now, and it's hard to get yourself motivated and back up into the game. And that's where Hazelton's at right now, and that drop pass probably had a little bit to do with that.
Well, when you talk about a night for Isaiah Hankins, 9 out of 13, 241, 2 touchdowns. He's run for 2 in this ball game. Also an 8-yard run right before the half, and then he got in from a yard or so out. Otero's been held in check all night. Has a run of about 7 yards, one of his better runs of the evening. And Keogh Johnson comes over to make the tackle for the Millionaires. Starting right next to Ross Stebbins, the defensive end on either side for the Millionaires. They started with Stebbins and Johnson, Clary and Kreiner. And Clary banged up a moment ago. We're hoping for the best for him. I think he's going to be all right, too.
And Gaverick has played a lot on that defensive line.
Yeah, Ben Gaverick's had a good ball game.
And you know, they run a lot of people out back in and out of the ball game on that defensive line.
They're down in 1.
That was a penalty against Hazelton. They didn't call it.
Yeah, it looked like a false start. Millionaire's going to toss that man for a loss. Marty Clark comes over to make the tackle. Jameer Bergen in there, number 54. You see him along with Stebbins. And the Millionaires getting some more guys in. Dickey is in there. And also that's Keogh Johnson, who's 44. And it's 4th down. This is a ball club that opened against a team in Berwick that Mike Brennan, who's won 2 state titles when he coached Mount Carmel in 2000, 2002, he's seen the dogs. They go with the fake. And off the fake, Otero has the first down. They faked as if it was a bad snap to the punter. Short snap to Otero. And that time, Adrian Otero got just enough for a first down to the 41-yard line. Ethan Stryker comes over to make the tackle. So Stryker makes the hit. Also, some help for the Millionaires. Jonah Nicholas in on that tackle too, number 24. So the fake and the Cougars keep it alive with 10:06 left in this ball game. They put Otero, who's had 2 great catches in this game. Top of the screen, wide out, double wide outs, Van Blargen and Smith down here. They go option. That is Horton. And Damon Hortman gets out to about the 45-yard line. Keo Johnson comes over to make the tackle.
I tell you right now, they're starting to push a little bit. There's I don't know what's going on with the Millionaires, but the game isn't over, and they're starting to lose their focus. I think that's what happened on that fake punt, is that the Millionaires weren't, they were still running guys in and off the field just before the ball was snapped. Got to get back in the ball game, guys.
Second down, 6. Millionaires up 35-7. Back to pass, off the pump fake. Trying to get down the middle to Van Blargen. He was open again, overshot him by a little bit. And he got down there past Hankins and Nicholas in a again, well-thrown ball that time by the young sophomore quarterback in Walk. And it brings up third down and 6.
It was a nice long thrown ball, but it was once again behind the receiver. He's having a little bit of trouble leading his receivers. He's young, though. He'll figure out how to do that, and if he has some good receivers back, he's going to be a good quarterback.
Walk, by the way, is 0 for his last 5 passes. He's now 8 out of 14. Third down and 6. Brings Smith here to this near side. Back to pass, little throwback screen. They go to Otero. Good call. And Otero enough for a first down. Marty Clark brought him down. But a run out over the 50 and out to about the 46-yard line. They're going to put it down.
Also out there, Elijah Clary was out there in that tackle also, and it's good to see him back in the ballgame. Remember, he was injured here a couple of plays ago.
Yeah, there was a concern that the Millionaires had a little bit too easy the first 2 ball games. How would they react to a better squad? And I think they've done a good job.
I think they've done a good job. They still need.
They've got to shore up the penalties and the mistakes. They've cost themselves 2 touchdown returns, although Chuck Cruz didn't seem to agree with the calls. Back to pass, Walk. Guns it down the middle. That ball is picked. Cam Dickey, 45-40. Dickey at midfield. Dickey is brought down in the open field that time. And that time, Fuchik brings him down in the open field in a big tackle and a big play by Cam Dickey. Zach Fuchik came out of nowhere to bring him down. It almost looked like Dickey was going to take it back. Here's another look.
Yeah, they missed a tackle, or missed a block. Right, I don't know if you're going to see it here, right where the tackler actually is man they missed on the block. Otherwise, Dickey, I think, would have gone to the end zone. Nice interception, though, on the run coming across the field by Dickey.
Here come the Millionaires, first down at 10, 8.5 left in this ball game. Trey Potts in that backfield, double wide outs top of the screen. Single wide out this side in Tristan Connor. They're going to go to Potts. Bounces to the outside. Reverses direction. He's got some room. 45-40, 35-30. A block ahead of him. Potts down the sideline. A man to beat. End zone. Touchdown. And what a play by Trey Potts. And there is another flag down.
Hankins threw that block downfield that sprung him into the end zone. There's a flag down.
And a flag down, and boy, I'll tell you just have the feeling after a play like that brought back memories of Gary Brown, the way he reversed field. I remember Gary scoring in a very similar play to that some 30 years ago. And here's a look again, and there's got to be some kind of a block in the back somewhere.
That's a personal foul. It's a personal foul against the Millionaires. I don't know if it's dead ball or what.
It's just a great effort right here. This will be the 3rd touchdown, long run, 2 by Walker and now 1 by Potts, getting into the end zone, and it's going to come back. And this kind of stuff, it goes to show you, the tremendous potential of this Millionaire team that can be downright scary at times for anybody that's scouting them. But if they pull it all together some night, can you imagine if they hadn't had these penalties?
I'll tell you what, though, this is sloppy right now. That's the third personal foul called against the Millionaires, and that's ridiculous. I mean, that's
Here come the Millionaires. Hankins under center. They're going to go to Marty Clark, and Marty Clark had the football. Did they blow that whistle ahead of time? They stopped the play. And it may be, see if they get a false start on that play. I didn't see a flag come out.
No, well, there's a personal foul. The flag's right down here in front of the Williamsport bench.
Somebody's going to get ejected from the game. And the Millionaires.
That may have been on the Millionaire sideline.
Yeah, Millionaires, you're right. Let's go down to Ben Reichley. As you said, Ben, it's getting chippy. And
Unsportsmanlike conduct. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. Could well be against the bench.
Yeah, it's getting chippy, and it's looking at the coaching staff. And I'm not sure if Coach Cruz is going to see the end of this game. I'm not sure. The one official put his thumb up, almost like a baseball umpire, and said he's out. But Coach Cruz's frustration is there's 21 points off the board.
Yeah.
So I tell you what. Okay, it looks like Coach is going to stay for the game. He's apologetic, and now he's happy. He's showing his frustration. Hey, babe, another thing, too, real quick. We talk about these guys getting cramps. You know, if you get a cramp now, Potts did come back. He's an exceptional athlete. But if you get a cramp now, you shouldn't be cramping because it's hard to get that liquid back into you. These guys need to be hydrating Wednesdays and Thursdays so they don't have these cramps. But Potts was back in there, exceptional athlete again. But most of the time when you start cramping up, you might be done for the night.
Yep. Marty Clark on that last carry. Joe Layrock comes over to make the tackle. Number 1 for the Cougars. And check this out. In penalties, the Millionaires 11 for 95 yards. Hazelton 0 in this game. They got to shore that up.
Shore it up. 60 yards just in the second half of this ball game on either personal fouls or on sportsmanlike conduct. And that definitely has to be shored up. That's not good.
Second down, 29. Football at the 36, 7:19 left. Hankins back to pass. Hankins lost the handle on the ball, and it was almost picked off. It almost looked like, he goes back, and that ball, I don't know if it was tipped, but he lost the handle of it, and the ball just fluttered out of his hands and incomplete.
I think that it was maybe tipped.
And they might even call.
His arm was coming forward.
It's either going to be incomplete. It could have been a fumble. It was that close that arm's not coming forward. How many times have you seen the review in pros or college football? We got used to the review doing the Little League World Series. We don't have that here. I got used to that. Third down and 29. Millionaires up 35-7, but it's gotten sloppy as the fog seemed to have lifted a bit. It got pretty foggy here for a while. There's Potts again. Makes 2 men miss. Get to the outside. Potts. Midfield. 45, 40. Stutter step and dives ahead to near the 35-yard line. A big-time play.
And with that long run, he did not get to first down. That's how far back they were.
Yeah, he's got to be. We'll see how close it is. If he got 28 of the 29 yards back, and there's another look at it, babe. You see great individual efforts by Trayson Potts, and he is tough. As Kevin Brown said about him, he flat out he'll put that shoulder down and run right at you. He doesn't run away from people, that's for sure. Always goes 120%. Fourth down, about a 27-yard gain. Fourth down at about 2. Millionaires.
Marty Clark's in the backfield.
Lone set back Clark. Hankins under center. And that time, Clark's not going to get it, and they're going to turn it over on downs at the 40-yard line. And that time, Damon Horton made the play, but everybody in the place knew that Marty Clark's going to get the football.
Marty never had a chance. He got hit as he was getting the handoff. Never had a chance to even make a move.
Game of the week brought to you by Moff and Associates. Jim Moff and the crew for all your retirement income planning. 32-plus years, Court Street, downtown Williamsport. And I tell you, he does a phenomenal job with his great staff when it comes to saving money, retirement, and financial independence. And really, you can have the independence you want. Get a game plan. Jim Moff's done it for hundreds and hundreds of people. He'll do it for you. Moff & Associates in the heart of downtown Williamsport. Watching live tonight. WebWeeklyLive.com. And the Millionaires next week on the road at Valley West. And Babe and I will be there. Thrown to the outside walk. David Smith with a catch. Tries to bounce out at coverage. He gets about a yard or two, and that's about it. And they brought the whole kitchen sink after him. Jonah Nicholas got the tackle. Burgett in there, too.
You look on the field, there was almost every player, all 11 defensive players over there on that tackle. They swarmed to the ball very well.
Despite the Millionaires and the penalties and getting sloppy in the personal fouls, they've made a statement tonight against a Hazelton team that saw the likes of a really good Berwick team, but also saw a Valley West team that maybe they should have beaten last week. Look at this Williamsport team, and it can be scary if they put a whole game together. There's no doubt about that. 2nd down 8. Running with that football in traffic. That is Otero. And he's been held in check. And when you see how far this defense, Babe, has come, the Millionaires in the past, the last couple of years, since they really had this group of guys that are seniors, they could outscore you. Maybe. I mean, they're going to score a lot of points, but they might get outscored and put up 40 and still lose, and that's happened.
Right, exactly. It has. I'm just really concerned with the composure of this team right now, and this is where the head coach has to step in, and he's got to pull this team together because this is a team problem now.
18 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown by Otero. And that's Otero again. Goes off that left side. Millionaires, looks like somebody getting up a little bit slow. That Nate Welch comes over to make the tackle. Big game for Welch, big game for Stebbins. I mean, a whole host of guys that have played unbelievably well on the defensive side of the ball for the Millionaires.
Getting a lot of...
Ben Gavrick's done a good job. Eli Clary, who was shaken up, he's back.
Mason Lilly comes into the ball game, number 88, as a defensive tackle. I tell you get a lot of people, rotate a lot of people in with some good players, and that really brings them on. When you bring a whole staff in it or a whole lineup in at one time, then they're still playing with the same guys they always play with. They learn more when you mix them in with some good starters.
4:49 left. Remember, there's one more game coming up tonight here at WebWeeklyLive.com. And thanks to Jim Webb and his great staff, he gets into 60,000+ households throughout central Pennsylvania. And really a powerhouse publication that gets into a lot of homes in his direct mail piece every week, right in the middle of the week. And great joining up with Jim and streaming live on WebWeeklyLive.com. And tonight, Loyal Socket, Mifflinburg, that game coming up at 11 o'clock with Jamie and Paul in that game. That should be fun to watch, the Lancers of Justin Van Fleet. That time off the draw, Jalen Jackson comes over Millionaires to make the tackle as that clock winded down with 4.5 left in this ball game.
Nate Welch had the first hit there, came up and stunned the big running back, spun him around, and then Jalen Jackson came over and finished him off.
Talking to Kevin Brown, the offensive coordinator, really has been pleased with the O-line. They're pleased defensively. Really pleased with guys like Dante Wright and Tristan Connor, who are making big plays on the offensive side. Jarrah Reeves is their all-time leading receiver. There's a ball almost intercepted, trying to get to Strasner, the tight end. And that time nearly picked in a good play. We talked about Tristan Connor, and there he is. Yeah. But guys like Connor and Wright showing you how really versatile and how much explosiveness they have on offense, all these different weapons to go to. Those are some of the things. Last year, Jarrah Reeves caught 62 passes. He's now at Division I Albany and put up big numbers, but he feels, this ball club spreading it out with all the weapons they have is going to make him that much better. You're not just going to that one guy all the time in double coverage, and now Hankins has a load of people to look for.
That time the safety, Nicholas and Connor collided. I think one of them would have had the interception if that wouldn't have happened.
4th down and 5, thrown to the outside, incomplete. And they're going to turn it over on downs. Otero has been held to 57 yards and a touchdown, and he's averaged, Babe, only 3 yards a carry, and that says a whole lot about the Millionaire defense. They've come a long way, Babe.
Yeah, they sure have. Ethan Stryker, I think, came off the edge that time and nailed the quarterback just as he threw the ball.
Well, they've taken another timeout. We'll take a quick time, 35-7. You're watching WebWeeklyLive.com. You know, I'm sitting here in my own booth. That's right. They've given me my own booth here at Macetto's Deli and Six-Pack, Kenwood Avenue. I'm here every week because they have the best homemade soups and deli sandwiches in the region. And now, home-style breakfast, 6 to 10 weekdays, Saturdays 7 to 11, great desserts, great salads, and the Friday night football dinner special. They sell it out. Don't miss it. Whatever you do, check it out for the best in Central PA, Macetto's, Old Lycoming Township.
Son, it's time to learn how to change a tire. Let's see. I know what's in here. Oh, here we go. Then you want the, no, maybe that's what this is for. Oh, listen, come on. Are you getting any of this?
Dad, I sent our GPS location to AAA 20 minutes ago.
Really?
You gave me a AAA card, remember?
You trust AAA with your car. Now let AAA Travel handle your vacation plan. Don't go to strangers. Go to AAA Travel. And once again, we're back. They came back early from that break. Millionaires ran the ball to the outside, and it was coughed up on a hit on Walker. And the ball is recovered in midair, a fumble recovery, that time by Ethan Thibault, the sophomore. Picks it up in midair, a fumble recovery, and here we go.
Latrell Jackson was
that was Cam Dickey that was running the football.
Was it Cam Dickey? Okay.
That's what our stat man extraordinaire, Tom Lush, who took over for the legendary Richie Don't Call Me Dick Mason. All right, that is going to be Yonner. Caleb Yonner carries off that left side. Jacob Newman comes over to make the tackle for the Millionaires with 3:33 left in this football game at STA Stadium. Second down, about 9.
I think they got an entire second unit in there right now. The Millionaires do, and there's a lot of second teamers in with Hazelton too. But I tell you what, Coach Brennan has really started off with a bad schedule. I mean, the Millionaires are probably as good as either one of those first two teams.
Yeah, they're giving the ball that time, and out to the races. To the outside is Kenny, touchdown. That time, a great play by Carson Kenny. That helps the average of 7 yards a pop. 46-yard run on a little counter action play as he came right back off that counter move to the fullback. And that time, Carson Kenny, we've not called his name very much. Like Brennan said, pound for pound, toughest guy, strongest guy in the team. At 5'10", 200-pound, and an outstanding fullback. Kenny goes 46 for the touchdown, 35-13 with 2:53 left. And there they go again. Just off a little counter fake, and he came back that time at a great run, great effort. And that point after conversion try is up and no good. We'll take time out, 2:53 left. Millionaires up 35-13. You're watching the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week. Hey, there's a great new way to market your business. State-of-the-art signage, auto trim design. Legion Road, Muncie, Joan Kennedy. We go back a lot of years. Tell me all about auto trim.
You know, it's a great place. We design decals. We do tinning. We'll do accessories for vehicles. We'll do pretty much anything. All you do is have to send us a pic. We'll copy it. We'll completely wrap your vehicle. We're good.
Signage for a team, for a sports team, and so much more. Auto Trim Design, Legion Road, Muncie. Check them out this week.
Why, the name is Furlinger, Bud Furlinger. River Valley Transit's original driver, date back to 1933. This baby goes back to 62. Sort of reminds me of my third wife, Shirley. You can see it here at the Peter Hurdig Transportation Museum. You know, we've come a long way, but we still have the lowest discounted fares in the state. We cover the region from Jersey Shore to Hughesville. This is the new Church Street Transportation Center. And this baby is our new hybrid bus. River Valley Transit, dedicated to get you there.
And once again, we're back, STA Stadium. Cable Sports in our 30th year. Thanking all these great sponsors. And, you know, Bill Nichols City Bus and then River Valley Transit. They've been with us all 30 seasons. And you can't do it without the great sponsors. Of course, Rennie Rodermal, Allstate. Rennie's been our big sponsor for a lot of years. Rick Quigley, Bill Manos, Fairfield Auto Group, big sponsor. And, of course, our pre- and post-game shows. And the gang and, of course, a lot of folks. Keystone Advertising Specialties, and they're the owners of Harder Sporting Goods. And the Play to Win halftime show, Mike Philbin and Dennis Hosey and the gang. So many great sponsors that we have. And a lot of new people that have joined us this year. And again, thanks to Jim Webb and Webb Weekly, putting together a great vision, WebWeeklyLive.com. Streaming high school football games. We'll be live from Valley West next week. Valley West in the third. They're down 29-13. And Wyoming area beating Berwick in the fourth. They've got to be pretty doggone good, 28-20. Harder Sporting Goods. Lycoming Creek Road, football, baseball, softball, but they've got everything from swimming to wrestling. Your soccer headquarters, all your sports for all the local area teams. Scott does a great job. The Play to Win halftime show and Harder Sporting Goods, a part of Billtown for more than 100 years. Kicking it back, Millionaires. Back with a football, Simmons. To the outside, Amanda beat. Marcus Simmons takes it back. Touchdown, Millionaires. Marcus Simmons takes it the distance. And the Millionaires put one more in, 41-13. How about that?
Boy, the kicking game has been good to the Millionaires tonight.
Man.
They've scored a couple on the kicks, and I think they had one called back on a kick too, didn't they?
Yeah, they've had one called back. They had a punt called back. And here's Simmons, and Simmons takes it at about the 12-yard line. And he's going to bring that ball back about 88 yards for a touchdown. Marcus Simmons going to call it 88-yard return and trying to make it 42, and a perfect night for Angelo Girardi on a Fagnano hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and it's been all cherry and white tonight up on the hill. 2:39 left. STA Stadium. 42-13 Millionaires are going to 3-0. We'll be right back.
Health insurance. Roach Financial has the solution. The team at Roach Financial has over 100 years combined experience earning your trust by offering health coverage for business, individuals, and families. The Affordable Health Care Act has created a greater need for a trusted benefits consultant who can help disentangle it so you and your employees understand the new changes and requirements. Let Roach Financial find the solution for you. Call today for a free consultation. 570-322-1880.
When it comes to great food, great fun, great sports, you've got to make it to Rival Sports Bar and Grill on River Avenue, known for their famous California wood-fired pizza.
Rivals, a great atmosphere and a great place to watch your favorite football team and the best wings in town.
We love Rivals, California wood-fired pizza, wraps and wings, the best in Williamsport.
Best steak salad and wings in town.
Rivals, River Avenue. All right, Millionaires getting set as they kick it back on an 88-yard kick return by Marcus Simmons, who's only a sophomore for the Millionaires. And the ensuing kickoff is kicked out of bounds. Flag comes out. Simmons, 5'9", 170, and a sophomore. And boy, you're talking about some 42-13, and that's with 3 touchdowns being called back in this game. 2 by Walker and 1 by Potts on some sensational plays in the open field. You shore those mistakes up after incredible plays made by those guys, and who knows, you put a perfect game together. What could it be against a Hazelton team that very well could have beaten Valley West last week? They led them into the fourth quarter before losing that game, and then Valley West put one right at the end of the game to make it 33-15. It was really a 19-15 game late. They got it up 26-15, and then They got it back and punched one more in. I think Mike Brennan thought they should have taken a knee in that game. First down and 10. And now we have new quarterback coming to the ball game, Matt Fisher. They're going to hand it off that left-hand side with the football, and that's going to be Carlix Hill, the junior running back at 5'7", 170. Off that left side, Alec Dickey comes over to make the tackle. One of the Dickey boys. Cam Dickey made a big interception a little while ago, his brother. Second down and 6 with 2:17 left in the clock. And the Millionaires impressively winning this ball game, the third tonight, as you watch live on WebWeeklyLive.com. And remember, the replay's Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 on Comcast 190, where we've been for a whole lot of years. And all the replays anytime at WebWeeklyLive.com. Straight ahead, nothing doing there, and good defensive hit, Millionaires.
Well, I got to see who that is when he gets up. That was a
that time,
nice...
Kyle Palmer came over to make a hit, and Alec Dickey again, number 42. Good defensive hit. You can hear the pop up here.
Kyle Palmer, that was a textbook hit there. He came in and caught the guy right at chest level with the shoulder, stood him up, and moved him backwards.
They're down in 5 with 1:28 left. And coming up right after the ball game, we'll have some of our players of the game. Will be going back to Ben Reichley. And also talk to Chuck Cruz. I know Ben's down there probably setting some guys up already to talk to after this game. But what a night it's been. They're down in 5. Hill on that run, and not much that time. And good defensive play. And that time, Mason Lilly. Sophomore at 6 foot 220. And a lot of good new young names coming up for the Millionaires, getting some some really valuable playing experience as Chuck Cruz trying to build a program back up that had been dormant for a bunch of years.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Lilly shot that gap and was in the backfield before that play even had a chance to get unfolded, and then made a nice tackle when he got there.
Fourth down and 4. A big win for the Millionaires, 42-13, as that clock winds down. Coming up tonight at 11. Mifflinburg hosting the Loyal Sock Lancers. Now, a lot of weeks we're going to be able to do 2 live games at once, but just like Montoursville, going through a lot of construction, not having the internet set up down there, and we did the replay and had thousands of views on that last week at 11. The same thing is true for Mifflinburg at their older stadium, not having the internet or a great cell setup to be able to get it set up there. I want to thank Janice Todd, who's down in the truck, pulling it all together, does a great job of tying us in with WebWeeklyLive.com and getting it set here at former Millionaire Stadium here at STA. 27 left, babe. It's been a fun night. Next week, Valley West is where we're going. That's going to be fun to make that trip.
It will be fun. It's a nice stadium at Valley West. Anybody that has a chance to go up and see that stadium, it's an older stadium, but it's a big stadium and a nice place to do a ball game.
Yeah, we'll have it next week. 6:50 will be our pregame show. First, some folks are watching live on my Facebook page. They tied it in, WebWeeklyLive.com, and my Gary Crispin Facebook page, and had a couple of thousand views there, but a lot of people watching WebWeeklyLive.com. Kicking it back, and Hazelton has it, and pretty much getting ready to run out the clock in this ball game, and what will be a 3-0 start for the Williamsport Millionaires, and a big win. There are going to be a few things they're going to be talking about, some things they're not going to be happy about tonight, babe. All the penalties, the personal fouls, and I know Chuck Cruz was, wasn't happy with some of the calls, not thinking that every one of those plays were called back were penalties. And he wasn't happy. He was doing a little jawing with the referees down there in a couple of those plays, too.
Well, I think that one penalty at the end may have been called on Coach Cruz for jawing too much with the officials. But, you can never – the officials are out on top of things, and the officials get a bad rap. They're not trying to fix a game. They're not trying to make bad calls. They're doing the best they can, and in the process, you will make mistakes.
Joe Fagnano comes in. He's a good-looking young quarterback. He's going to come in and put the knee down, and that is it. The Millionaires go to 3-0, and a convincing win tonight that could have even been bigger. 42-13 in a win over The Cougars of Hazelton now go to 0-3. And Millionaires showing the firepower and putting up some big-time numbers in this football game. Moment away, we'll go back down to Ben Reichley and talk to Ben and get down to talk to Chuck Cruz. And I'm sure the coaching staff will try to pull things together and shore things up. But I know Mike Brennan, he will without a doubt right the ship at Hazelton. He's just that kind of coach, and he's a coach that was highly sought after back in the early 2000s by Williamsport High School, and just the family situation at the time, he just couldn't make that move at that particular time. We talked about that the other night. Class guy, good guy, and a guy that really always helps you out with the broadcast and tells you all about his club. But he's got high hopes that they're going to get better. They just had a heck of a way to start the schedule.
Oh, they sure did. And this Millionaire team, I think, is going to open some eyes after this win tonight. And I'll tell you, they are a fun team to watch. They have so many weapons, so many great athletes out there. Someone made the comment that this may be the most athletes out on the football field since Gary Brown and the crew in 1988 and
86.
86. And I'm not old enough to remember that. You are. That's
right.
But but this team here is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, let's go back down to Ben Reichley with a winning coach, Chuck Cruz. Ben.
Coach, it's a victory.
Yeah, it is. Never had a bad one, so we'll take it any way we can get it.
Have you seen improvement the first 3 weeks?
Yeah, we fought through a lot of adversity this evening. Yeah, I mean, and not just Hazelton. So we fought against a lot of adversity. We kept our heads and we kept playing through it. I'm very proud of the team.
Coach, good luck. We're going to see you next week on the road. Good luck. Have a good week of practice, and good luck.
Now, had we lost tonight, we're going to still make that trip.
I'll leave that up to Gary.
You're making the trip.
Coach, they said they weren't going to make the trip now. So let me bring in the two stars, Isaiah and Trayvon. Guys, 3-0. Pretty satisfied?
We're satisfied with the win. We know we can still do better. We left a couple touchdowns out there. In the first half, we were kind of slow getting out. We didn't have the mentality we wanted, but we're happy with the win. Next week, we got a real test, so this week of practice, we got to stay focused and be ready for a great team.
Your offensive line opened up some holes tonight. I know you're a very talented runner, but they make it pretty easy, too.
Yeah, definitely. The O-line gets a good push. And then once I get to the second level, I got some help from my wide receivers, especially Jalen Jackson, my tight end, Elliott Walker. So once I get to the second, third level, I just go from there, and usually it's a breeze.
Defense played well tonight, but offensively, you guys take the field with extreme confidence, meaning you feel you could score on any play, any time.
Of course. That's how you have to be. With anything in any sport, you have to have the mentality that nobody can stop you. And we feel that nobody can stop us. We stop ourselves at times, but if everything's clicking and everybody's doing what they have to do, it's a scary sight.
Well, I know it's Coach Cruz and the staff that instills that confidence, 99%. 1% had to come from those workouts with Babe Mayer this summer.
You got it.
I mean, yeah, he pushed us in the summer, but as a unit, we grouped up, and like every workout and stuff, we just wanted to push ourselves because we know when the season came, we just wanted to be as great as we could. So those were definitely a plus for us.
Well, guys, enjoy it. You talked about a good practice next week, and we'll see you up next week on the road. So, guys, have a good week of practice.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys. Hey, guys, a solid Williamsport team. We talked to the offense, really, but the defense really stymied Hazelton. It's hard if you're a Hazelton team when you're going against the weapons Williamsport has on offense. But I'll tell you what, the Williamsport defense, and Babe, you've graded out films on defense over the years. I think they're going to grade out probably about a B+, A-. Offensively, there was a couple penalties, special teams there was, but also there was a lot of positives. Williamsport returned to kick later on. But I'll tell you what, there is extreme confidence when this offensive unit for Williamsport takes the field. So, let's keep rolling the dice and see where the Millionaires can come up. Next week should be a real solid test. But they got a tough schedule coming up. But I'll tell you what, Coach Cruz is instilling that confidence, and you talk about bringing back, waking the echoes of Williamsport football. Coach Cruz is really instilling that.
Yeah, no question, Ben. Great job down there, and big win, Millionaires. We're going to take a timeout. in our Fairfield Auto Group postgame show. And more of the stars of the game, River Valley Transit, big play, and a lot more coming up. Final score 42-13. The Millionaires have won it here at STA Stadium as you watch live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week. Rennie Road Armor Allstate Insurance, it's all about family, all about service. Jessica Steinbacher, you're here a lot of years as the office manager. Who are the other ladies that are right here with you?
Well, off to my left is Sheila Hunter. She's been with us about 10 years now. She's a customer service representative. And this is Becca Berry. She's our front desk go-to person. And they're both integral parts of our everyday flow here at the office.
You know, you have a lot of benefits here at Rennie Road Armor Allstate. One is the drive-in claim center. Explain that to me.
Yes, we have an adjuster here twice a week that will actually inspect the damage to your vehicle locally, conveniently for you.
And what about claim satisfaction guarantee?
If you are in any way dissatisfied with the way Allstate handled your claim, we will reimburse you your 6-month premium on that vehicle the claim occurred.
Those are some of the great benefits. Rennie Road Armor Allstate Insurance. Hey guys, if you're buying promotional items for your business, then you gotta check out Janway Company at janway.com. Janway is the largest promotional products distributor in North Central PA. Janway's buying power can save you money on items like custom printed pens, trading pins, mugs, and more. Janway can print your company name and message on just about any item. Janway's been providing their customers with the best prices, the best products, and the best service since 1981. Find out for yourself at janway.com. Palco Federal Credit Union has served the area for over 75 years. Tom, Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. We pride ourselves in our flexible, competitive loan products that we offer. We can finance houses, cars, boats. We offer a Visa card that's 8.9% fixed rate. Great products.
And I know your members love the online banking.
Absolutely. It's very easy to do. Just log on and you conduct all your business from your home.
Check it today. Palco Federal Credit Union, member serving members for 75 years. Well, Clyde Peeling, 53 years, Reptoland, congratulations. Always something new, and parakeets from Australia, the hottest new attraction.
Parakeets are exciting, especially in this number of them. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 birds in here, and they're flying all over the place. People have the opportunity to come in and feed them with a seed stick, and it's just been an incredibly popular exhibit. First time this year.
Well, the Island Giants have been big for the last 4 years here at Clyde Peeling's Reptoland, and they get bigger and bigger every time I see them. I remember when they were babies, Clyde.
As a matter of fact, Gary, we got the brother and sister from Los Angeles Zoo, and this year I flew down to Memphis and I swapped our male for an unrelated male from Waco, and he's even bigger than the male that we had. So these are truly giants of the lizard world.
Well, looks like a new species, but whatever the color, whatever the size, the dinosaurs rule here at Clyde Peeling's Reptoland, and the kids sure love them, Clyde.
They do indeed. We brought dinosaurs in 7-8 years ago, and they've been a big hit every year. I would be afraid to not have them at this point because I hear every day people say they come back to see the dinosaurs.
And every year you add a couple of new ones, like the guy right behind
That's right. This is a species we've never displayed before. And as you walk around this part of the park, you'll see a variety of new faces that weren't here last year.
Clyde, first of all, congratulations. 53 years going strong, from snakes to alligators to these big dinosaurs. Congratulations on 53 years here in Central PA. Clyde Peeling's Reptoland.
Thank you very much.
Life can be uncertain. Make sure your financial future is in the hands of someone you trust. The team at Roach Financial has over 100 years combined experience handling a full range of financial products and services. From retirement planning to college savings funds, Roach Financial will evaluate your needs to develop a plan to work towards your goals and earn your trust every single day. Let Roach Financial find the solution for you. Call today for a free consultation. 570-322-1880.
And once again, we're back. Fairfield Auto Group. And our Postgame show. Millionaires win it big, 42-13. Gary Chrisman, Babe Mayer, and the gang. And impressive win. They go to 3-0. We get ready for Valley West next week. Certainly a lot of penalties, 3 touchdowns called back. However, you can see the firepower of what this team really can be if they really put it all together. Big win over a Hazelton team that gave them a little bit better test in the last 2 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you what, I thought they put a lot together tonight. I thought this is maybe one of the better games I've seen them play. The offense played well, the defense, and you mentioned it during the game, a defense that generally had left the Millionaires down in many situations where the offense can put a lot of points on the board. This defense here doesn't let that happen. They really play tough, and the offense and the skill position people are just amazing. If people don't come and see this team play, they don't understand, some of the things that happen out there in the field, because it's big time.
Yeah, they've done a great job putting up big numbers. 433 to 215 in total offense in this ball game tonight. Hankins, 9 out of 14, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was picked for the first time all year on a deflected ball that just happened to go up in the air, and a great catch by a Hazelton player for the interception. Here's the defensive interest here. Otero, their all-conference back, came in here after 190 yards a week ago against Valley West. They held him to 62 and 20 carries, had a touchdown. That's huge when you see what this defense has done and how far they've come.
Well, and that 62, a lot of it came late in the ball game against some second-teamers for the Millionaires. But and don't get me wrong, the second-teamers played fairly well today. But Otero was a big man. I thought they'd have some trouble stopping him. I thought that was the key to the game, was that Hazelton was unable to keep the Millionaires' offense off the field. And they had one good drive. That was it. And the Millionaires' offense just came in and just kept playing, and the defense did a good job of getting 3 and outs and turning the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Potts was held to 63, but he had only 11 carries in this ball game. He also had a big touchdown off a pitchback from Dickey. Ended up being about an 85-yard return for a touchdown on a kick return. It was big play. And Dante Wright had a big game, caught a 48-yard touchdown pass, 3 for 85 yards for the Millionaires. It, spread the ball around a lot of people, and I'll tell you, defensively, offensively, put together a great game. 3 touchdowns called back, 2 long touchdowns by Elliott Walker and 1 by Potts. Great plays called back due to penalties. Here's one of the great River Valley Transit big plays of this football game tonight. And again, it goes to show you the great play of this Williamsport Millionaire team. Just another great play for Williamsport right there.
Yeah, and there were so many of them, it would take us till midnight to run them all back and show the people what happened.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back one more time. We'll talk about what's happening next week. And a reminder tonight, another game here live at WebbWeeklyLive.com. It's the Loyalsock Mifflinburg game. And the replay of that ball game, Jamie Spencer and Paul McGinn tonight. WebbWeeklyLive.com. Check it out at 11 o'clock. And, of course, if you miss any of this game, the replays will be there at WebbWeeklyLive.com. You can check that out later. And at Comcast 190, Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, become a tradition for 30 years watching the game back on Comcast 190. We'll take a time out. We'll be back. A final word. Millionaires win it tonight, 42-13. And we're back at our Fairfield Auto Group postgame show with Rick Quigley, where it all started here in 14 car lines, soon to be 9 locations, because we're here at BMW, but pretty soon a brand new BMW store. That's exciting.
That's right, Gary. We've got a huge new store going up. We've already broken ground. It's behind our Honda and Toyota store down in Muncie, and it's going to be a brand new state-of-the-art showroom, 9-10 car showroom. Wow. 22,000 square foot facility. It's going to be unbelievable.
How soon do we look for that in 2017?
Well, we should be in there, I'm going to say, in the spring of 2017.
Sounds fantastic. Right after basketball this year. Rick, I think you have more inventory for BMWs than I've ever seen.
We are selling a lot more, which is enabling us to build a new store, and they've given us a lot more inventory. As you can see, the lot is full of new and certified pre-owned out front, and that's only going to increase and get bigger and better as we go and get in a new store.
Yeah, the 3 Series Series is great, 5 Series right up to the 7 Series. But when it comes to the sport utility vehicle, the sport activity vehicle, those cars are fantastic, starting with the X1 right on up.
Yeah, we have pretty much everyone covered, and actually next year we have an X7 coming out, which is on the 7 Series platform. It'll be a full-size sport utility, and looking forward to that very much. Should be an 8-passenger.
Should be fantastic. And the other thing about BMW, certified pre-owned. If you want to get into one that looks brand spanking new and still be the talk of your neighborhood, get in one that's maybe a couple years old that looks brand new.
And it comes with a fantastic BMW warranty on it, yes.
Got to check it out. Fairfield BMW, part of the Fairfield Auto Group, in the new location coming in spring 2017. Rick, let's keep it moving for Fairfield.
That's what we're here for. Thanks, Gary.
Hey, more of the post game. We'll be right back.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear.
Well, John Kennedy, you've been with us a lot of years here on Cable Sports, and now with Auto Trim Design, Legion Road, Muncie. Tell me about, now you're still doing real estate, but tell me about the new Auto Trim Design.
Yeah, I am still doing real estate with Fish, but I partnered up with Rennie Rhode Armour for Auto Trim Design, which is a building and equipment and designers and installers that can do pretty much anything. They can wrap something new for you, they can add on something new, they can change something new, and we're also in the sports line. We can do banners for schools, we can do decals for helmets, we can do pretty much anything here.
So bottom line is you want to get a new look for your business. Great way to market. They totally wrapping vehicles. It's amazing how they can wrap a building, for God's sakes, anything under the sun.
And our installer probably has. She's fantastic. She's one of the best in the area.
So when it comes to a new marketing plan or something cool, even you might want to even do it with your boat on the river, this is a way to get it wrapped and get it redone. Auto Trim Design.
Auto Trim Design can do it, and we are quick to turn around. Okay. And we have Saturday appointments as well.
How do they get in touch with you?
570-546-8455, and we're on 530 Legion Road, right behind Lesser Lumber.
Check it out today. Auto Trim Design. Thanks, Joan.
Thanks, Gary.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Scholl's Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for a client.
And a remodel, like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds. And again, back from STA Stadium. Gary Crispin at Bay Mare. Got pretty foggy. It's cooled off all the rain. It rained for an hour and a half prior to the game. Everybody got wet. We're going to be up here on the roof, and finally it's dried out. Millionaires never cooled off. 42-13, could have been worse. Number of touchdowns called back tonight, but they're 3-0. We're going to Wyoming Valley West next week. Valley West losing 29-13 tonight to Delaware Valley. So big loss. We're going to be at Valley West. Going to be a real challenge for the Millionaires, playing in the different environment, playing on the road against a Spartan team that feels pretty good about themselves. But tonight, you know, after losing a ball game, it's going to be interesting to see how they react playing Williamsport.
Well, you know, that's the problem when you lose a ball game. You don't know which way the team's going to go. Are they going to hang their heads, have a bad week of practice, and not play well in the next game, or are they going to get themselves up, work, get a good hard week in, and play well? So this is a tough animal to handle when that happens to you before you play them. Millionaires, though, I tell you what, Gary, they bring a lot of weapons to the table. You better be ready to play if you're playing Williamsport.
And by the way, Wyoming area beating Berwick 28-20 that game in the fourth quarter. And Mike Brennan said to me, one of the best Berwick teams he has seen. Berwick beat this team 44-0 in the first game of the year. So it'd be interesting to talk to Mike Brennan now about his thoughts on just how good Williamsport is. As much firepower as they have, I'm most impressed with the defense. Did a great job on Otero. They shut this team down. They had a nice quarterback in Walk, and they held him in check tonight, outgaining him 433 to 215. But when you have plays like this River Valley big play, River Valley Transit big play, and a guy like Potts, number 3, take another look at this play. This was a great play and shows what he can do.
Well, this is one of those plays that you look at and you say, man, I can hardly believe it. But it was actually they kicked to the opposite guy. He sends it back to Potts, and Potts just takes it right up the middle. And once he gets a head of steam going, he gets some moves and some space to work in. He's really difficult to bring down. He's really difficult to touch, let alone bring down. He takes it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, big win millionaires for the entire crew. I think it's time we run. We've got another game coming up here at WebbWeeklyLive.com. You can, if you missed any bit of this game, you can watch the replay coming up here shortly. And, of course, coming up tonight, for the first time, Loyal Sock, Mifflinburg, and Justin Van Fleet's football team playing on the road against a pretty good Wildcat team. That game's coming up at 11 o'clock here at WebbWeeklyLive.com. For our entire crew, next week, of course, the Millionaires, we had a little change in our schedule. Big game against Valley West on the road. That is where we will be next Friday night, airtime 6:50. And it's going to be live again on WebbWeeklyLive.com. For Babe Mayer, I'm Gary Crispin saying so long from STA Stadium. Millionaires are out to a great start. They're 3-0. They win it tonight 42-13.
For over 30 years, Fairfield Auto Group has had an unyielding commitment to hometown values. And we know how important those are to you. At Fairfield, cars cost less, but our service remains unrivaled. Fairfield for fair deals. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
Well, it's time again for a Babe Bear makeover here at the Clothier in the heart of downtown Williamsport for men.
Now, Babe, the new thing out this year is the new blues. The blues are the hot thing for this year. This is the new blue window pane by Jack Victor. 100% wool, year-round fabric. The patterns all match through the collar and through the back. It's a beautiful, beautiful color this season.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's a great-looking jacket, Francis. What else you got in blue?
Okay, let's see what we have next. Babe, this is another one showing you called Paul Bentley. He does them all tie-in fabrics from Italy. The lining is beautifully made inside. It's also another gorgeous look how the blues are fairly popular this season.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's another nice-looking jacket, Francis. The trouble is you got too many nice-looking jackets in here.
Well, let's see if we have another one to look at.
Wow,
Babe,
Francis.
this is a beautiful blue. The new blue, like I told you, this season, it's the hottest thing. And it's the blue foot by Jack Victor, all wool with the blue, with a little tan window pane that looks gorgeous with all the different attire, the cleans to go with pants, shirts, and ties.
100% wool?
100% wool. You wear it all season, 4-season fabric.
I'll tell you what, Francis, I think this is the one.
Okay, let's see, that's going to look beautiful on you when you wear this at the show.
And I promise I'll wear it on the air.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Babe, this is the perfect look for what you need it for. It's an Enra all-cotton wrinkle-free shirt, a Barber Blank silk tie, and the Bills khaki pants. And to set it off is the Allen Edmonds Stradmock shirt. That's a perfect fit for what you need for.
The Clothier in the heart of downtown Williamsport.
Surprise! Hi, Mom.
George, Susan came home. You drove? It must have taken you forever.
Well, it was so cold the car wouldn't start this morning. Then I hit some ice outside Chicago.
That's horrible.
Oh, it's all right. Dad gave me AAA, remember?
Hi, Pumpkin.
Hi, Dad.
You trust AAA with your car. Now let AAA Travel handle your vacation plans. Don't go to strangers. Go to AAA Travel, the most trusted name in travel.
Why, the name is Furlinger, Bud Furlinger. River Valley Transit's original driver, date back to 1933. This baby goes back to 62. Sort of reminds me of my third wife, Shirley. You can see it here at the Peter Hurdig Transportation Museum. You know, we've come a long way, but we still have the lowest discounted fares in the state. We cover the region from Jersey Shore to Hughesville. This is the new Church Street Transportation Center. And this baby is our new hybrid bus. River Valley Transit, dedicated to get you there.
Hey, soul sister.
Kiss 1027, the 80s to now.
They look at Walker. They go down the middle, down the sideline. It is right. He's got it at the 25, the 15. Touchdown, Dante Wright. The final 54 seconds. Back to pass, Henry. Throws to the outside man there. Zach Fry over the shoulder. End zone touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. Second down, goal at the 5. Bradley rolling out, throwing into the end zone, touchdown, Todd Sanford. Play action, Messina. Setting it down, he's got a man there, he's got the catch. Riley Convoy at the 20, the 15, touchdown. They go to Potts, he bounces to the outside. Potts again to the 10, the 5, Potts, touchdown. What a run by the freshman.